Hey, yo. What up, Fight World? It's your boy, Ego. And I'm back with some more boxing. I'm back with some more heat for y'all. We just don't stop. Smash the like button. I need everybody in the chat. Join along. Smash the like button. Per usual, I'm about to cook something up for y'all. Yeah, I'm about to serve some Bud Crawford. Let me know how you want it done. Well done, rare, medium rare. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. Should be a good time. We got Kenya B in the building. My man Sura, 47. Tao out of Paris in the building. Hey, let's go. Oh yeah, we feeling good. How's everybody doing? Let's go. He said he already burnt bacon. He said he he said he bacon burnt. I'm done, bro. Y'all wildin' already. It's gonna be a fun stream. Per usual. Y'all know what come on. Y'all know the king of pop is back, y'all. I'm back with some more. Listen, let me start off with this PSA. I got a PSA for y'all. King of back. The king of pop is back. I'm so addicted to that. I'm sorry. All right. I got a PSA for y'all. If you do not have a successful YouTube channel, don't worry about how I run mine. Okay? It's that simple. A bunch of broke dudes telling me how I should run my channel and, oh, you need to do content like this. Like I'm not in a constructive way. You know, I'm like, hey, this is a tip. They hating. Like, why are you doing this video? Stop talking about this. Have we learned nothing thus far? I am a content creator. That means I create content. Who would have thunk? I make whatever that's like, I don't go to your job and tell you how to set the aisles and how to ring stuff up. So leave me alone. Now, I'm going to start off with Devin Haney because I don't have too much to say. And then we'll lead on to the Spence Crawford fight. Obviously, it's the biggest fight in boxing. A lot of variables. They just did a virtual press conference. That video is on my channel. Ego gets paid for this. Absolutely. And it's a bunch of broke dudes who don't have successful YouTubes. And they're like, oh, you shouldn't do your content like that. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it. Then you shouldn't be worried about it. You did. So I didn't make a video about that. Come on, Oz. I'm about to cook them. It's okay. Let's first get out with this Devin Haney stuff. Let me break out with that. Devin Haney was arrested. There was a concealed weapon, a semi-auto. There was a semi-automatic weapon found. Nobody claimed it. He was booked and taken because the car was registered in his name. Once again, in case you were just joining me, Devin the Dream Haney, just was in a nightmare scenario, and he was in Hollywood, got pulled over, standard pullover or whatever, standard, and then somehow it escalated to, you know how it is, driving while black. I don't know. I don't know what caused it, but for some reason it escalated. They found the BLICK underneath the seat. The cops, 12, asked whose BLICK it was. Nobody would claim it. So what happens in scenarios like that is they'll take the person who the car is registered. Like, all right, nobody want to take credit for this. Whoever's car it is, that person, you might have your car towed, or that person is going to jail. And that happened to be, it was Devin Haney's whip. So that's where we're at with it. He's already out. I believe his bail was like $30K. So he probably had to pay 10%, $3,000. I mean, even if it was $30K, Devin Haney got bread. The commission tried to initially fine Devin Haney like $600K for pushing Loma. Bro, Lomachenko is such a old media darling that they try to take over $500,000 because Devin Haney pushed Lomachenko. I see why Lomachenko was crying post-fight. I ain't gonna front. You got put. I just thought about it. You got pushed at the weigh-in and flew back. You flew back, and then you got beat up and face tatted up like the subways in Harlem the next day. I see why he was crying. He gonna cry in the car. Man, my grandmama gave me that chain. I see why Loma cried now. The man, imagine getting pushed. Like, Devin really pushed him, though. He said, bro, remember on Doctor Strange? He was like, and then they, bro, Devin is the new Doctor Strange. The way he pushed, tell me y'all seen Doctor Strange where he whip up the spell and he make the spell go crazy, just, and they're like, and he sent him to a vortex, another dimension. That's how Devin pushed this man. Like, bro, you a grown man getting pushed. Like, bro, it looked like, like just like one of them movies, somebody pull you with a rope. Like, I ain't never got pushed like that. Oh my gosh. Frank Martin said he'll take Devin's 75-25 offer. I mean, Frank Martin's a beast. I'm going to watch him this weekend. So that's where we're at. Devin Haney, just got to be wise. Got to be wise when you're out in the streets, especially dealing with 12, being a celebrity. I don't really know all the details, so I don't really try to overly weigh in. and condemn anybody when I don't know too much of the details that really transpired. Bill Haney did speak out, and he said that he says we have to deal with the courts now. But he was basically saying my son has a private armed security with him, and this is basically kind of a misunderstanding. Like he has a bodyguard, basically, who's allowed to carry, like permitted to carry it. But then, you know, I don't know why no one claimed it if that's the case. But it's none of my business. I'm not Judge Dredd. I'm not Judge Judy. I don't know. I'm not Judge Joe Brown. Mean to tell me you had $20 and gave the other lady, and under the seat you had the BLICK, but nobody wanted to claim the, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. They got to go see Judge Mathis or Joe Brown about it. I don't know. So that's basically the latest. I didn't make a video about it because it's like, I don't know. I try not to. Tell me had the other gay, the other lady, the other money, Devin Haney, undisputed. I don't like to, there's only, TMZ is the first to report it. I don't know how TMZ be everywhere, bro. Bro, if you poot, you can fart. If you a celebrity and you fart, TMZ got it. Like, Jamie Foxx, they said, he was having some health issues. Jamie Foxx can poot, and somehow they captured it. I'm like, how did TMZ got the Jamie Foxx exclusive poot? Jamie, man, fart, and TMZ got a story and somehow got the clips of it. I guess they be paying for the exclusive poot clips and all that. That Putin. You ain't from Russia, but why you Putin? I don't know, bro. They network is crazy. They really have like cameras on deck everywhere. Oh, P. Diddy almost fought in the Joker costume. I'm like, dang, Diddy the Joker? How y'all get this? Bro, nah, TMZ the feds, bro. They gotta be the feds or something. Like they got intel on everything. Somebody get arrested or something. Shout out to Isaiah. Yeah, like salute. Hey, get the likes up. I'm telling y'all, see, listen, I know YouTube, part of this is YouTube's fault, but we're going to break that cycle. But I need y'all help to break the cycle. YouTube want to play with me, but nobody in this world is finna play with my money. Y'all say y'all missed when I was going live, when I wasn't doing the lives. I'm strategic. If you like the lives, you better let the YouTube algorithm know that you enjoy this freestyle live format content, because if not, then I'm going to focus on other types of content for my various social medias. I'm literally placing the power in your hands as fans. I just go off the results. Either you like this and you want to engage and check out the live streams when I drop them, and then hit the wait button, hit the like button, comment, or you don't. Either way, I will be looking at my YouTube analytics to determine and decipher what the next move is and what the play is. So I understand there's always going to be haters in a Boxing Ego live stream. I get it. But it can't all be haters. And if it ever gets to that point, then I just won't do the live stream. It's that simple. Kamal Oz says, there go Adrian Broner being taken away by the police. Yeah, I remember that clip. He's like, oh, there go Broner being arrested by the police. Bro, he sound like a snitch, whoever recorded that video of Broner. Bud Buddies, Clinello, Chupapi Muñeños, and Bum Lovekin are one and the same. They want to ignore reality to push their bogus narratives. All right, Kamal done got it started off. I don't know if y'all have any more questions. That's really all I know about the Devin Haney situation, so we can really move on. And Kamal Oz's comment, perfect segue. Terrence Bud Crawford. See, this is the funny part about my job. When, like, if you butt kiss and you don't have any questions, you don't have any constructive real life criticism, shout out to my man Isaiah Felix. Can we get the clap ups? The emoji claps. The man just became a channel member. My boy Isaiah, my young boy Isaiah Felix. Can we get the clap emojis? It feels so good. I promise you, we're just growing and getting bigger, brick by brick. I'm taking over the boxing game. I mean, I've been took it over, but you'll see. That's all I can say is you'll see. Please get the clap emoji. Show your love to Isaiah Felix for becoming a channel member. So, regarding Terrence Crawford, it is so funny if you put Crawford in a number one pound for pound, if you say Crawford is the greatest thing since Wonder Bread, nobody has a problem with that. The moment you start looking under the hood, then that's when the Bud Buddies, they get crazy. Now, the funny thing is this is a big fight. This is an anticipated fight. I know every boxing fan should really want to see this fight. You dig? So, of course, I'm going to be talking about it. And I tell you guys, the most dangerous thing is a camera and a microphone. Bud Crawford, on that mic, he digs himself a hole. He digs himself a hole. The Bud Buddies, they can attempt to be angry with me. I didn't make him say that. But the more he talks, the more I see it being a problem because he lacks continuity in what he's saying. I can give you several examples of this. Like, he says stuff and then contradicts himself. It's really passive aggressive. Like, for example, somebody just say win. Say win. That's all y'all got to do. Say win. Yeah, say win. Then Boxing Ego go off. All y'all got to do is say win. I'm like Floetry. All you got to do is say yes. All right, bet. Terrence Crawford and his team heavily accused Errol Spence of ducking him. Recently, in recent interviews, now that the fight is on, Crawford has changed his tune. And he's saying stuff like, me and Errol had a private phone call, and that's the reason the fight is getting done. He's saying Errol always wanted to fight. Wait. Pump your brakes. That's not what you were telling us. So you were spreading lies or a narrative or an agenda that Errol Spence had wanted no parts of you and was ducking you. And then now that the fight's done, you've completely backed up from and double backed off of what you were previously putting out, you and your team. You literally said that Errol was ducking you. And like, oh, I'll never fight him. The fight will never happen. The fight always could have happened when Crawford either got what he wanted or came to terms that he was the B-side. And it could have happened sooner. The only reason it sounds like it's happening now is because Errol Spence wanted you so bad that he just said, whatever, just give him whatever he wants, the extra $2 million or whatever the number is. You know what I mean? And then here's the thing. I personally feel Terrence Crawford has been wildly successful, but I do think he has a lot of yes men around him because he can't take criticism very well. And it's like, my thing is this. I never talk about this man family. I never talk, like, Rolly be like, oh, Crawford's ugly. I don't do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't take the Rolly approach and call fighters ugly. But when I cook with facts, it's always a problem. It's always a problem. And that's the reality of it. But the cook-up still got to come. So Crawford is frequently contradicting himself and saying these bizarre, shout out to Edgar, saying these bizarre statements that we know aren't true, right? He just did an interview on Sean Porter's Porterway podcast and says, my entire career, I have been the underdog. That's cap. That's cap. I don't care if you spar Terrence Crawford. I don't care if you're from Omaha. I don't care if your last name is Crawford. Facts are facts. Facts over feeling. We all know in the deep depths of your soul that that is not true. I personally, Boxing Ego, and you could check my track record, I have never picked against Terrence Crawford for any of his mumbo jumbo fights that are lacking like quality until Errol Spence. He has never been on the books to actually fight, like not a rumored fight, like, Manny Pacquiao or something that didn't even come into fruition, but an actual scheduled fight. And even the Pacquiao fight, I would have picked Crawford to beat Pacquiao. And I was pushing for him to get that fight. Top Rank didn't give him that fight. So the reality is, you haven't been the underdog of your career. I don't know if this is like some like Jedi mind trick. Shout out to my girl Cassandra. What's up? I don't know if Crawford's doing like a Jedi mind trick to like psych himself up and hype himself up into feeling like Tupac or something. Terrence Shakur. Me against the world, baby. It's just me against the world. Ooh, ooh. Like, that's what it sounds like. But either way, it's not true. You definitely haven't been there under. Like, who you just fought David Adolescence. David Adolescence. First of all, no one wanted to see the fight. That's facts. And then the Bud Buddies, y'all looking bad though. Y'all looking crazy right now. Get my likes up. Y'all looking crazy because y'all always change the rules and move the goalposts. Nobody wanted to. Let's address the elephant in the room. No one wanted to see David Adolescence versus Terrence Crawford. But the Bud Buddies had a convenient excuse. Oh, he trying to get his bag. Let the black man get his bag. You hating on the black man trying to get his bag with Black Power Network or Black Primes and Black Planet and all this stuff. What? When have I ever hated on someone getting a bag? But you getting your bag is costing boxing. You're rated #1 pound for pound, and you're fighting David Avalanche. Why aren't y'all doing all access? Why didn't BLK Prime? Because listen, that's how you know that Crawford's last fight was two butt cheeks. Two butt cheeks clapped together. Because how come BLK Prime allegedly gave him like 10 million, 20 million, whatever they said number? Why didn't they promote the fight? Why didn't they do an all access? Because it was two butt cheeks. 2 packs of ass. That's why. And they knew they were going to lose money, and they was just happy to get a Crawford, and they spent and overspent, and they couldn't really afford probably to spend even more money. Where's BLK Prime right now? They in their prime? Hold on. Y'all gonna answer to me. Where is BLK Prime right now? Crawford left him in the dust. He did what was convenient for him. Where are they now? I bet you guys didn't know BLK Prime, they just did a show yesterday. That's not a punchline. These are actual facts. BLK Prime had a boxing card yesterday. How many of y'all watched it? Okay. I'm going to say it again. BLT Primes and whatever, prime ribs or whatever they call, they did a boxing card on a Tuesday. Yesterday. How many of y'all watched it? Or 2 days ago. They did it this week. Put it at, see, I don't even know what day it is, bro. How many of y'all watched it? He had Ivan Redcash on it. Nobody watched it, exactly. Bud was talking all that hype about, BLK Prime, they the new wave. BLK Prime, they let the fighters, he was trying to sound like he was like, selling us on it. BLK Prime, they let the fighters, at the boardroom, and we negotiate the fights, you see. And then if we, the fighter, negotiates the fight, we gets paid because BLK Prime, they doing something different. They moving the needle. They ain't doing You know you lying, bro. Broner left him. He didn't even do the fight with him. Broner did a fight with Don King before he did a fight with BLT Primes. And when I said this, y'all said I was hating. But Broner didn't even Broner's in the twilight of his career or whatever. And he worked with Don King and executed the fight before he did one on the BLT, on the BBLs. And Terrence talking about, oh, but the hedge fund, I got the hedge fund in the back. Errol, I tried to meet him in the alley and said, don't worry about the networks, BLK Prime, we gonna get this together, and they got the hedge fund. Bro, it sounds like a scam. And once again, Crawford doesn't want to hear this, but where are you fighting? Where is your next fight? Because it's dang sure not on BLK Prime. Bro, they don't even have a game plan for boxing. They doing fights on a Tuesday night. Who watching that? Who watching fights on a Tuesday unless it's Nayal and Nui versus Fulton or something? Ain't nobody watching, and then that's not even at nighttime in America, or at least where I live. Bro, ain't nobody watching no Tuesday. It's a school night. Who watching that? You gotta watch boxing on a school night. Bro, you could watch a knockout, man. That sure was fun. I enjoyed that fight. Well, I guess I gotta sleep now and get ready for my midterms. Bro, that's a school night. Ain't nobody watching no fight on a school night. What y'all talking about, bro? But when people try to tell Crawford this and tell Crawford's team this, they was like, nah, y'all hating on the BLK Prime. You jealous because Errol couldn't get a BBL Prime fight. So it's everybody else's fault. Crawford, bro, you talked all this stuff about BLK was the wave. Why are you not fighting on them right now? I thought they the wave. So if you a surfer, well, you surfed off on him. Is BLK in a prime? I said, is BLK in a prime? That's like saying Bobby Brown's in his prime right now. Bobby ain't, and I know we are getting bored dealing with him. Bro, is Bobby in his prime? Is his prime right now? No. Bro, I seen him on the Versus and he was out of breath. Bobby was out of, and I know you're getting, whoa! And I know you're getting bored dealing with him. Bro, I promise Bobby Brown. Bro, Bobby Brown used to move on that stage. Every little step I take, you will be there. Every little step I take, be too. Bro, Bobby used to just slide. He was gliding with it. Bro, y'all sleep on Bobby. What did Jay say? Hey, buddy, want to be Bobby Brown? To be Bobby then, I guess you got to be Bobby now. Bro, what? I'm the kid with the most bars. Bro, I can't sleep at night. I toss and turn, looked on the telephone. I can't believe you got my car. Bro, Bobby was, what? Bro, Bobby was with it. Bobby came out. Whitney said he the king of R&B. Eat ribs and barbecue, like Jamie Foxx said, bro. Bro, he came out with he been eating a little Carl's Jr. a little bit. He been eating that Western double bacon. He was out of breath. He like, every little step I take. Bro, sound like Biggie Smalls type. It's real, it's like Puff say. Bro, I promise he was on the versus battle with the breaths, with the Biggie breath. Everybody hit the DECK. My slow flows remarkable. Bro, he was on the versus battle with the Biggie Smalls, the wickedness. What y'all talking about? Is he in his prime? Then BLK ain't in their prime. Y'all talking about? I'm everything that counts in this boxing game. Cause I give it to you real. Bro, he on there sounding like Biggie Smalls. Biggie Smalls is the wickedest. I dare you to stick your dick. Herpes, gonorrhea, chlamydia, get rid of it, bro. Yeah, we ain't worried about no B2K Prime. It's not my way, Dr. Stranger, but I feel like I already know you. But you got to believe me. I want to manage you. Where Omari on that? I can tell that you've been through some changes in your past relationship. And go on and walk out that door. Whatever's on your mind, let it on. Bro, the B2K Prime. And y'all said I don't know what up. Bum, bum, bum. That is all I want to see. Do, 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 do. Bro, Diddy was like, bad boy. Boop, do, 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 do. Girl, I like the way you say the thing. Man, I like the way you do your thing. Do, 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 do. Bro, it is B2K. I need a girlfriend. Girlfriend. The B2K Prime, really? Really? That's what we do it with Omarion? Touch, boom, boom, boom. Touch, boom, boom, boom. Something like you. Wanna make you. Touch, boom, boom, boom. Touch, boom, boom, boom. Bro, remember Omar? B2K, you got served. Get them out of here, bro. Something. Oh, it's for overtime. Oh, it's for overtime. Look at that. I'm done, bro. y'all told me Bud was trying to just sell me on this. And I'm like, nah, that sounds weird, bro. And Bud like, no, they let the fighter in the meeting. That's a horrible idea. Bro, some of these fighters, they can't even talk good because they punchy. And you talking about letting them do the negotiating and bro, I love the boxers. But let's be real. Some of these boxers ain't the smartest and sharpest knife in the drawer. He talking about we gonna let the fight. Some of these boxers can't spell. I've been around boxers for years. Some of them can't spell and talk. How they gonna negotiate with the Allegiant Stadium in Vegas? He be like, show you right. I just wanna. I just wanna. Bro, some of these boxers is like real life, like risked it all, and then they like punchy. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't be like good for the business part of it necessarily, depending on the fighter. Bro, some of these boxers sound like Bobby Boucher, and he talking about they're gonna be in the meeting. I like to. Oh, I want me a fight. Bro, some of these boxers sound like Adam Sandler. Oh, I negotiate the fight. Oh, I go to Las Vegas. It's gonna be real good in Vegas. Oh, Spence versus Crawford. I do. Bro. I'm melting. Bro, he talking about put him in the negotiating table. Oh, I should take $3 million cash. I do believe that would be the right sum of money. Oh, all right, bro. So anyway, that's an example of like Bud say the darndest things. Like, but if he would have just listened to me, you're on PBC. That's what all I wanted from the beginning because it made the most sense. So you literally had to do everything I said, but then you're mad. Like, that don't even make sense, bro. So that's an example. Bud said he's been an underdog his whole career. Wait a minute now. Bro, I gotta say it like Nelly. Bro, he was on Sean Porter podcast. I gotta say it like Nelly. That's what it's come to. Shout out to the Lou. Shout out to St. Louis. All my fans of St. Louis. Bro, he said that. I was like, wait a minute now. I'm a suck on rose and manicure toe. Hey, feel like capri pants and parachute go. 1 or 2 rows, I'm dropping them out of high school straight into the pro. Who know? I love it when you make your knees touch your elbow. What, date? What are we talking about, bro? I have never bet against Crawford until Errol Spence. Date. Wait a minute, but bro, I gotta say it like Nelly. Shimmy, shimmy, Coca Puff, listen to me now. Hi, Jim. Going down, down, baby, but he in his own world. Street sweeper, baby. He from Omaha. Shimmy, shimmy, Coca Puff. Bro, he from Omaha. Listen to me now. What are we talking about, bro? You ain't never been an underdog ever. I never looked at Mean Machine and was like, oh, Bud done met his match. Oh, it's all over for Bud. Because I don't even know how to say his real name. Okay, you're not nice with it if Muff don't even know your name, because there's a lot of great foreign fighters where the name is not all too American, but if you're great enough, we gonna learn that Muff. Bro, tell me I'm lying. Bro, in combat sport, I'm the best in the business. I make boxing look good. I make this look pretty. Rumble, young man, rumble. I'm going to say it again for the slow people in the back. Bro, there are a lot of people in combat sports. There are a lot of people that are not from America. If you are good enough in combat sports, even despite it not being like John Smith or a standard Western name, American name, we going to learn that. Like if Manny Pacquiao. There ain't nobody really, I ain't never met no one named a Pacquiao in America. I believe I will beat that one for 45. Bro, we gonna learn that because it's Pacquiao. Like, okay, he moved up 8 division. He with the 2-2. Like, we gonna learn it. Artur Beterbiev. I don't know no Arturs. Bro, name one Artur. If you from America, name one Artur you went to school with. Dead homies. Listen, if you are from America, dead homies, name one Artur you ever went to school. You graduated with an Artur. You graduated with a Pacquiao. Even the UFC, I said combat sports, didn't I? Bro, all them fighters, they got fighters from around the world. Habib Nurmagomedov. We gonna learn the name if you're good. The reason people say Mean Machine is because we don't know what his name is. Ignoramus Snuffleupagus or whatever his name is, that we didn't even take the time to learn his name. Can I get an amen? Yeah, Francis Ngannou. Yeah, bro, I don't know no Francis Ngannou. We know the what? Bro, we ain't take the time to learn none of your fighters' name. Julius Ndingo. If you good enough, like, bro, I promise on dead homies, listen, dead homies. I seen a recent interview. I forgot who it was, but they were pro boxers. Oh, it might have been a Derek J. It was Derek. Stop playing with me, Smokey. It was a Derek James interview. The boxing reporter asked him about Crawford's power. The boxing reporter who works for Boxing Scene was like, oh, you know, Crawford fought John Horn. His name is not even John Horn. But the reporter who works for Boxing Scene said John Horn instead of Jeff. Bro, we ain't even taking the time to learn Crawford's opponents' names. That must tell you something. Like I said, dead homies. If a fighter, I don't care if you could scrap, you could scrap. You could be from Bucharest. You could be from Islamabad. If you could fight, you could fight. We gonna learn the name. There's plenty of fighters without westernized names, and we learn them. We didn't learn no Julius in Orange Julius or whatever his name was. Man, stop playing with me, bro. Knockout King Ricky Burns is the GOAT. Yeah, all right. Kamal says Ndongo was extra on The Gods Must Be Crazy. Facts. Bro, people ain't even taking the time. They like, oh, David Achu. Like, they don't even know his name. They call him David Achu. David Venetian. Errol Spence did an interview and he's like, yeah, I seen Bud versus David Venetian. Bro, Bud fought some blinds? David Venetian? Errol don't even know who you just fought, bro. Bro, he fought some Venetian blinds. Man, come on, bro. Y'all must be blind. I'm the best in the business. It's not even close, bro. People calling him David Avocado, David Achu, David Venetian blind. He's like, bro, it's over. Yorditis Ugas could scrap. That's why we took the time to get that man props from. Like, bro, how many Cubans got these, like, Cuban names like Edislandi Lara? That's not a common name in America. But we like, okay, Edislandi Lara, he can box. He beat Paul Williams for real. Okay, he beat Canelo for real. Okay, we gonna learn some Edislandi Lara, Guillermo El Chico Rigondao. We not taking the time to learn no David Achu, David Evanescence. Bro, David Evanescence. David Evanescence, out of all people. Like, let Bud get his bag. I mean, he got his bag, but it's not a fight people want to see. David Avocado. Y'all must be crazy, bro. Look, David Amoeba, David Stay Sneezing, David, bro, like, what are we talking about? People didn't even take the time to learn the opponent's name because they weren't people. And he's like, man, but Ndongo beat Troyanovsky, another person we don't care about, to be honest. Who is Troyanovsky? Bro, he beat a bunch of people in probably Russia that we don't know, and he happened to be ranked. We gonna take the time. Yeah, Vladimir Klitschko, okay. Yeah, Vitaly Klitschko, okay. Bro, listen to the standard that I said. David Tua, like, bro, you could be from out of town and not be from the States. We're gonna learn that name. We gonna learn that name if you righteous. Ricky Dickey, Bud didn't even get the bag. That's why he left. See, y'all playing with me, bro. And see, the funny thing is, the Bud buddies, they always act like they can't feel me. I know I make everybody feel me. I speak clearly. I'm pretty, like, bro, I make everybody feel everything I'm saying because it's all true. Bro, I am the human fax machine. That's a bar. All I do is produce facts and they copy. Listen, oh my God, bro. I said I'm the human fax machine, but we spelling it Facts. I'm the human fax machine. I spit the facts, they copy. Everything I'm saying is accurate, bro. Look, the man's still going off. David Alopecia and all this. And Bud, he's trying, like, again, I can't coach Bud. He don't like me or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. But I'm saying my personal opinion. I think it would be better for Bud to just say, I'm going to whoop Errol Spence and just focus on that. That makes sense because you're supposed to be confident, feel you could beat the next man, especially you've been fighting all your life. I wouldn't have no problem with that. If he just said, I'm going to destroy Errol Spence. But when you say outlandish things like, I've been an underdog my whole career, that's not true, bro. Here's how I'll prove it. Okay, I'll prove it. I'll beat any man in this womb in less than 60 seconds. I'll do like Dragon the Bruce Lee story. Okay, I'll prove it. I'll beat any man in this room in less than 60 seconds. Give me 60 seconds on the clock. I'll beat any man in this room. Ego Lee, the human fax machine. I will prove that Bud has not been an underdog throughout his career like he's claiming. Okay, I will prove it. Remember when they doubted, he was at that convention, Bruce Lee was at that convention in San Diego, and he was trying to tell people about, I've perfected martial arts with Jeet Kune Do. He took some from Muhammad Ali and Western fighting, took some from karate, and he molded it, and he said, I stripped away the essentials. That's how I feel. I love when you count me out, like Kendrick said. I'm Bruce Lee at that convention, and nobody believed that he had the style to beat anybody. And he said, I beat any man in this womb in less than 60 seconds. And he challenged everybody. That's what I'm doing to y'all. If I'm lying, you got 1 minute. I'll beat any of y'all in 60 seconds. I'll prove it. That Bud is not an underdog. Let's see who steps up. Y'all got 15 seconds to accept the challenge. Listen, y'all get your dollar bills ready. If I win, you know, you got to hit the like button. You got to engage. You got to put some emojis or you got to put some money down. We going to make this worth it so the channel, we going to keep fueling the channel. This work ain't free. I get paid to spar. Y'all want the verbal sparring? Y'all say ego, I don't have the answers and I don't know what I'm talking about, and let's prove it. Put something up and let's prove it. Who wants to argue Bud's stance that he's been the underdog his whole career? He didn't mean it like that. Block him! Get him out of here. Listen, the apologists always come out. Oh, he didn't even mean it like that. Bro, I'm going off of what he said. You're going off some made up bullshit because you don't want to admit it. Get him out of here. Yeah. You heard that? That mean run. Ass around. I ain't the one you want to stun on. Pull through. I put cocktail to your car. From my last shootout, I got a dimple on my face. It's nothing. I can go after Mace fan base. I'm on that 50 hype. Hold on. Shell hit my tongue. I ain't wait for Doc to get it out. Hit my wisdom tooth. Spit it out. I don't smile a lot. Ain't nothing pretty. I got a purple heart for war and I ain't never left the city. Hoes be like, Fitty, you so witty. On the like they heard I goes right for bro. I'm on that 50 when he first came out. I got the 50 energy with me. Get rich or die trying. We about to get rich or die trying. I promise you. I promise you. And the bet's still on. If you believe what Crawford said, that he's been an underdog his whole career, I'll prove you wrong in less than 60 seconds. Axe around, I ain't the one you want to stun on. Pull through, up, throw a cocktail at your car from my last shootout. I got a dimple on my face, it's nothing. I could go after Mace fan base. Bro, I can go after Mace fan base. That's how nice I am with it. I'm on that G-Unit. Once again, y'all act goofy. Everybody want to act goofy. I'm going to call Disney and put y'all in the next goofy movie because that's all y'all do. That's what you do to me. You act goofy. I'm going to call Disney. I'm going to set it up. You can be in the new goofy movie because dudes say I don't know what I'm talking about. And every time I challenge you to prove me wrong, they don't want to step up. Do like Channing Tatum and step up and get the likes up. See, it's always crickets. It's always crickets. I told you, it's always crickets. So anyway, since all the cowards, they're in the room hitting the dislike button, don't want to show face and prove me wrong, then I'll prove it to the rest of the people who didn't necessarily disagree. How has Bud Crawford been an underdog his whole life when he's entering the biggest fight of his career against the best person he's ever fought in Errol Spence Jr., and he's not even the underdog now? Boop! Boop! They say I talk a little fast. You listen real fast. I ain't got to slow down for you catch up. Bro, I am going to say it again because they say I talk a little fast. How has Bud Crawford been an underdog his entire career? And so that basically means you've been doubted. Everyone doubts you. Everyone picked against you, blah, blah, blah. That's cap. But to prove it's cap, how are you the underdog your whole career when you're fighting the best fighter? And at best, people are saying it's 50-50. But based on the Vegas sports book odds, they have you ahead. Errol has never, the betting line has never favored Errol Spence. Never. It's always been you in front on the betting lines to this point. So you're not even the underdog right now. So how you been the underdog your whole career? Because Errol is significantly better at the time in which you're fighting him than anybody you've ever fought. And they still think you're good enough to beat him next. So we know Mean Machine coming off a draw to Ray Robinson wasn't a favorite over you. If people don't even think you'll lose to Errol Spence, who flew through a car and came back like the Terminator. We know Amir Khan, bro, Virgil Hunter. See, this is where I do my best work. put my back against the wall and I'm going to do the best work and I'm going to shine. I'm the new Rihanna. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright, bro. I'm Rihanna with it. I'm probably going to touch a bill right now. Shine bright like a diamond. We going to test your theory. That's it. You think you're an underdog. That's not cap. I've never picked against Bud until Errol Spence. Never, ever, ever. So in whose world have you been an underdog? Amir Khan, Virgil Hunter just did an interview with Fight Hype. They just dropped it. Virgil Hunter said after the Canelo fight, Amir Khan was toast. He said he was post-toasties. He just said it. I just told you who I just thought I was. A god. Bro, listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Virgil Hunter just did an interview with Fight Hype, and he just said Canelo fight ruined Amir Khan. That's Amir Khan's former trainer that spent years with him. Why would he say that? Bud fought him after Canelo. I don't hear y'all. Where y'all at? Bro, why would Amir Khan's former trainer, who doesn't diss people, he not like Abel Sanchez where he talk greasy, he just give his opinion. He basically just said, if you look at the brand new video on Fight Hype, he just said that Virgil Hunter said the Amir Khan fight, he was ruined. He was not the same after Canelo. Bud fought him after Canelo. So why should I give a lot of credence and credit for the pay-per-view fight that was trash with Bud, where Khan quit and his own trainer said that he ain't been the same since the Canelo fight, which happened before Bud fight? Oh my gosh, y'all getting skunked. I'm Pepe Le Pew. You getting skunked. You getting skunked. Don't tell me, oh, ego's hating. That's fine. You believe I'm a hater. Don't care. Prove me wrong. If it ain't about that, it ain't about nothing. See, this is what I love. I love when people come for the throne. I love when they come for the crown, because them shots can't reach me, bro. You can't just say I'm hating, but I'm professing all facts to you. I'm a human facts machine. So you can't just simply just say, oh, everything you said is true, but F all that, you're hating on Crawford. What about everything I said? If I'm hating, you gonna prove it. Prove I'm hating by, like, again, if I wanted to hate on Bud, I would lie on him. I don't lie on him. I talk about his career the way it happened. Not no, oh, Bud said he an underdog. Dude in the comment section said, oh, he didn't mean it like that. How do you know that your interpretation, when you ain't even talked to Bud? So how you know your interpretation is whatever he felt this way when that's not what he articulated? Y'all looking bad, bro. Y'all looking extremely bad, man. Again, it's no longer like, can we listen? I want to take a pack right now. If you are a real boxing fan, the people can say whatever they want about me, but let's take an oath, a pledge of allegiance right here and now as true boxing fans, that if anybody tries to disparage my name by saying I'm a hater, they have the burden of having to prove that what I'm saying is hate and false. So if I'm falsifying claims, it's up to them to prove me wrong. If they don't, we giving them the boot and we're not listening. That's all I want. All I want is a fair trial. I treat this boxing game like a court case. I want a fair trial. I don't want a bunch of biased jurors who, no matter if I'm proven innocent or if I'm proven guilty, they're going to say I'm guilty even though the evidence doesn't support me being guilty. There's no DNA. They don't have no fingerprints. And then we know there's another person out there that did it. I just want a fair trial. Y'all don't want to give me a fair trial, and I'm not here for the people that don't want to give me a fair trial. The people who just say, oh, you're hating. Okay, you're not going to give me a fair trial. No matter what I say, no matter what evidence I support it with, no matter how I present the facts to you, no matter how clear and concise I am, you're always going to say that. So I just want us to take a pledge of allegiance that somebody, if they say I'm hating, that's fine. That's their opinion. They got to prove it. And they got to prove it with facts. They got to prove me wrong and show me the error of my ways. And I'm not talking fight prediction. Anybody can get a fight prediction wrong. We're not talking about that. I'm saying if I said Virgil Hunter got an interview saying Amir Khan was shot to pieces after Canelo, pretty much, then I made that up. And there's not an interview right now on Fight Hype where he just said that. You see what I'm saying? But they can't face the music, and they know what I'm saying is true. That's why they're perturbed by it. They want to live in some fantasy world where the reality and the historical aspect of it simply doesn't exist. I don't live in that world. I don't want you to watch my channel if you live in that world. Because you're detached from reality. Why would I want you to? Okay. If I'm showing you the science and I'm showing you how everything works and giving you historic fact mixed with opinion, and you say, nah, I don't care. Like, I'm showing you the case study. I'm showing you the facts. You can't just dismiss it and say you don't care because you don't like what's being said. Like, what is the purpose of like a science fair project, right? If somebody did a science fair project, you have a hypothesis and you have a theory, and you test that theory over the span of, let's say, a month. So, hey, if I give ultraviolet light to this plant, within 30 days, these seeds will grow, whatever your hypothesis is. And then you do everything you say. You water it and you put the ultraviolet light only, and you do a case study. You do your science fair project, and then all you do is tabulate and confirm the results. And the results are the results. People get mad at me. I didn't produce the results. I'm telling you the results. Big difference. If I somehow got in the way of this science fair project and like sabotaged it, then you could be mad at me. Don't be mad at me because Crawford's career played out like it did. I wasn't in charge of that. Don't get mad because Mean Machine was coming off a draw to Ray Robinson, the fight he should have lost. I wasn't in control of that. Don't get mad because Amir Khan don't got no chin and Canelo had obliterated him 2 fights before that. I wasn't in control of that. Kamal says Bud and his camp are angry at Porter for picking Errol Spence. Where you get that, though? Don't get mad because Bud Crawford re-signed with Top Rank when they ain't had no welterweights because Pacquiao had already left and was fighting the likes of Broner and Keith Thurman with Al. I wasn't in charge of that. I'm a real big proponent or supporter of accountability. Hold me accountable. I don't care because I know what I'm doing. I know everything I'm saying is pure. So I don't care if you hold me accountable. All the idiots out there, oh, what are you going to say if Bud wins? Congratulations. Next. If he wins, he wins. Great. You proved me wrong. You want a snickerdoodle? Like, you guys, like I said, I'm not in charge of the results. I have an opinion. It's up to Bud to prove me wrong. If he can do that fair and square, I will give him credit. But guess what? Nothing that I've said to this point changes. The only thing is if he beats Errol Spence, I'll say, hey, you actually got a great name on your resume. And guess what? Credit to you. It doesn't change his past resume. So all of a sudden, his resume and Mean Machine and Ndongo don't suddenly become better. So that's why I said these young boys can't beat me. People act like, oh, if my prediction is wrong, then somehow my channel is finished or it's going to be a bad look for me. It ain't going to be for me. I'm going to get paid the same. If Errol Spence knock him out, if he get knocked out, if it's a draw, I'm still getting paid. It ain't going to be nothing to me. So I don't even understand this weirdo narrative that you guys come up with. Oh, you better hope Bud doesn't win. Your channel will be finished. Yeah, all right. Come back the next day when I'm doing my standard recap, standard issue that I do on my channel, and tell me my channel's finished. I'll wait. I'm waiting for my channel. Yeah, I'm waiting for y'all. Yeah, all right. Bet that up. Count all the money I make from now all the way to July 30th, and you tell me my channel's finished. Look at the analytics. Take your notes, do whatever you got to do, anything optical that you can look at, and tell me my channel's finished. We're tracking to do great numbers. I always do great numbers in general, especially with the big fight. You tell me. My watch time about to be stupid. Oh, your channel will be done. You're a bum. You're a bum. That's why you think like that. My channel will never be why would my channel be finished because of an outcome of any fight? It could be a double knockout. Your boy Ego getting paid. What the knockout got to do with me? I'm not the boxer. I'm not the trainer. I'm a YouTuber. What the knockout got to do with y'all dumb? That's what I'm saying. Y'all dumb, dumb, dumb. Dum da dum dum dum. Bro, my channel was here before Spence Crawford was even negotiated. Why would any fight change that? Because you're dum da dum dum. Bum blah blum blum dum. That's why y'all play these little games. Oh, yeah. That's like saying if Joshua get knocked out, then my channel's finished. Why Joshua, if he get knocked out by Dillian White, what that got to do with me? Why is my channel finished? If Dillian White lose, if Joshua lose, they both lose, if Eddie Hearn lose, like what that got to do with me? Y'all crazy. But I love it though. What did 50 say? I need you to hate so I can use you for your energy. Yeah, I want that. I need you to hate. Cause that's how you know you're doing something right. But listen, if Bud wins, it don't, like I said, it does not change anything I said. So if Bud wins, emphatically even, which I'm not picking, by the way, but if he did, then he proved me wrong. Great. But it doesn't change the fact that Amir Khan didn't have no chin. I still felt that Amir Khan wasn't in the prime of his career. It doesn't change the fact that Porter was a podcaster when you fought him on a 400-day layoff. That's why I don't understand this energy that y'all come with. Oh, you're going to look really bad. If Bud wins, you're going to look really bad. Why? Nothing changes. I just go over the results. I'll be like, okay, Bud won, Errol won. Congrats, Derek James. Congrats, Bo Mac. I mean, what I don't understand this. Like, y'all act like it's the difference between like prison and freedom. It's a fight. Somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. I'm giving you my prediction. That's like saying Ryan's finished because he lost the poker game. Because Ryan was in the poker game, a poker tournament. Bro, so he's finished because he didn't make it to the end of the tournament? Like, what are we talking about? But whatever. Y'all can say whatever. My channel, oh, I'm hurt. Oh, please, I'm going to be homeless. Oh, no, homelessness. I'm going to be homeless on July 30th. What are you guys doing? Bro, I'm going to spend more money on July 30th. Just to spite y'all. Y'all say my channel finished? I'm gonna spend more money. I'm gonna get some steak on July 30th. Yeah, y'all keep playing with me? Okay. I'm gonna get me a nice steak because y'all made a mistake. And I'm getting paid. Slow it down, I just dissed you. I said July 30th, I'm gonna get me a nice steak. Y'all made a mistake. So I'm gonna go in the kitchen and make a mistake. I'm about to make a steak, bro. Or go get one. Yeah, we gonna see who finished. Okay, put it this way. All y'all broke bums who saying my channel is finished and all that based on the outcome of any fight, let's post your meal on July 30th and I'll post my meal on July 30th and we'll see who ate better. How about that? Can we do that? I just want to do that bet. I'm going to say it again. For the mongrels and idiots that say I'm finished on July 30th, all you got to do is post your supper on July 30th, post your dinner, and I'm going to post mine. And when they see me eating good, and you're eating ramen noodles, when you're eating bagel bites, when you're eating Hot Pockets, not even the good flavors either, like one of them whack flavors. You know how Hot Pockets got some whack flavor. Like the best is like pepperoni or ham and cheese. You eating like cheddar and broccoli. You eating sauerkraut Hot Pocket. You know, one of them off flavors, they just chance it. They just, y'all know what I'm talking about, bro? Where Hot Pocket, they got some flavors that just don't clap. You dig? Just like, you know what else, speaking of food, I don't like some of them chips. Like them Lay's chips, y'all getting a little too fancy for me. I just like a regular, you know, some barbecue chips, some Doritos, some regular potato chips, some kettle jalapenos. I like that basic. Some of these chips have gone berserker barrage. No, some of these chips, it'd be like Pound Town flavor. Let's see, bring my booty hole brown. Like, it'd be like Henny and Black and Mild flavor Lay's. Like, I don't want that, bro. Why do I want some Lay's potato chips flavored with Hennessy and Black and Mild? Like, come on, bro. These some nigga chips. Bro, Lay's trying to market to the knuckles. You see what I'm saying? You know, nigga chips, bro. If you don't put these Henny things possible, Black and Mild, Swisher sweet flavor Lay's. Man, come on, bro. Richard Lynn sent $5 in the Cash App. He says, Boxing Ego salute, you too good. I try to tell y'all, I'm the best in the biz. I try to tell y'all. He said vape chips. Yeah, that's what hookah flavor Lay's. I don't want all that. Shitlin, yeah. Ham hock and greens and ham hock. I don't want all that, bro. Just give me. Oh, actually, I forgot about this. I got me some chips. Hold on. See, I could float with these. These standard issue. Doritos, Flame Out, just something basic. Ego the best in the business. I told you I'm the best in the game. It's not close. Ain't nobody giving you this video quality, audio quality, personality and charisma. Ain't nobody prettier. Ain't nobody pioneered the game like me. Trendsetter, never been better. Get cheddar like I got a vendetta, bro. Y'all don't ever hear me like stuttering, and my public speaking is good. My vocabulary, I'm just that dude, bro. Y'all just gotta give me credit. You know what I mean? Dudes be on YouTube reading, and like I seen teleprompters. I don't have no teleprompters. I ain't on Google, Wikipedia trying to find what I'm talking about. It's all up in here. Like, I could do this blindfolded. I'm like Mr. Miyagi and all that. I'm like Van Damme at the Kumite. Listen, I said, them other dudes is cool, but they ain't cool as me. I said, I make them split like Jean-Claude Van Damme at the Kumite. Bro, I'm Cassidy with it. Come on, bro. I said the haters got to split like Van Damme at the Kumite. Anyway, back to Crawford. We're going to get back to this Crawford work. Yeah, I got more Crawford work. Them other dudes cool, but they ain't cool as me. I make the haters split like Van Damme at the Kumite. Block Train Main. You should have just sat back, bro. You tried it, though. Yeah, Trey Main, Bowman. You up out of here. I try to let you live, bro. Well, you didn't want it. I'm not going to lie. Your speech is on point. You can't lie. Do Jay-Z impression. Why? You ain't going to be here for it. Block him. Get him out of here. He said, do Jay-Z. I ain't doing nothing for you. Hey, block Trey Main Bowman. Get him out of here, bro. You've overstayed your welcome. Oh, come on, with the... Come on, Oz with the BLICK. Shout out to Kamal. Shout out to Kamal, bro. We doing the Kamal dance. He out of here. Kamal had to do him greasy. Mama, there goes that man. Hey, get him out of here, bro. Anyway, Crawford, he just says stuff and we just disagree.
Said he'd been an underdog his whole career. That's not true. Hey, he's kind of good, though. Shout out to Kamal. Bro, he's never been name a fight Crawford was an underdog. Except for Errol Spence. A fight that he's already had where he was an underdog. Gamboa, he was an underdog fighting at home in Omaha. Amazing. Against the Cuban Willow. Amazing. And you referenced the fight from 2014. Amazing. That's amazing, bro. Are y'all guessing or y'all telling? Bro, Gamboa was getting dropped by much lesser than Crawford in numerous fights before he fought Crawford. Crawford fought him in Omaha at the CenturyLink Center. It's now called the Shy Center. How is he? And he was like a former career featherweight. Yeah, but how is he? That you just said that though. You said a fight, bro. I said a fight. Like, I'm asking for the right answer. The point I'm making, which you failed to, I guess, comprehend, is who says Gamboa was the favorite? Where did you get that from? So he fought at home in Omaha, and Gamboa came from featherweight and was the favorite. Come on, bro. So he had home court advantage. He looked taller. He weighed 152 pounds and rehydrated more than Gamboa. Gamboa is the Cuban Willow. Been dropped in multiple fights. Came from 26 and fought at 35 at that point. I don't know. Either way, even if Crawford was an underdog, he wasn't an underdog by much. And again, it's still sad. So you guys, no matter what, any way you slice it, you guys are picking a fight from 9 years ago, 2014. So when I ask a question, because maybe he was, I don't know. I'm not gonna look it up right now and all that. But hypothetically, and there was no drug testing in that particular fight, for what it's worth. The Omaha Commission dropped the ball, but it's a whole separate issue. Anyway, either at best, let's say Gamboa was the favorite. Let me just take your word for it because I don't have the actual, I don't want to speak from the point of maybe Crawford was the underdog at that point. That's a fight when HBO was out. HBO been out of boxing for like 5 years, bro. That fight was from 2014. Next year will be 2024. It's going to be a 10-year anniversary for that fight. So why is Bud currently running with the narrative that he's always been the underdog his entire career if the best you guys can come up with is a fight where he was possibly an underdog at home in 2014, 10 years ago? Wow. Because I don't know. I don't remember looking at Bud as I thought he was going to lose that, but we'll put an asterisk by it. It's possible that the sports book had him down. But, okay, name another fight. Name another fight where Bud, so, because he, in 2023, he just said it yesterday or this week or whatever. So in 2023, you can name a fight from 10 years ago he was the underdog? Come on, bro. Name another fight where he was the underdog because he's using the logic and the narrative now that he's always the underdog. So tell me, so at best, let's say I give you the Gamboa fight, right? Kamal's disputing it and saying Gamboa was the underdog. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not even entirely true, the Gamboa thing. Look, oh my God. Bro, he said, hold on. Hold on. He said, Tony says Gamboa hadn't fought in 18 months at that time, and moved up 5 pounds. Hold on. I don't even remember that being that long. I knew he was on a little bit of a layup. All right, so that's not looking good, bro. And Bud got hurt in that fight. So Gamboa shorter, Crawford rehydrated to plus 150 pounds, which was insane. He went from 35 to 150 something, 152, I think. Gamboa was in the 140s rehydration. And he on an 18-month layoff? I don't know. That's looking shaky then. But whatever. Name another fight. Name another fight where he's the underdog, since he's saying his entire career he's been the underdog. Who was the betting favorite in the Terrence Crawford versus Yuriorkis Gamboa fight? I don't trust y'all. Y'all just be saying. So again, people say, "Oh, you're hating Crawford." Nobody hates him, but if you say something so, if I go outside and I say there's a tornado, and then you go outside and there's no tornado, the news isn't talking about a tornado, you're gonna be like, "What the heck were you talking about, Ego? What do you mean there's a tornado? No one else in the neighborhood seen it. The news is not reporting it. The weather looks beautiful. It doesn't look like tornado weather." Like, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not a hate versus like thing. It's a right versus wrong thing. It's a real versus fake. Like, if you make a real statement, no one's going to scrutinize it. It checks out. If you make a fake statement, then yeah, that's where you run into issues. Ricky says it was 190 for Crawford and plus 165. That's close odds, though, at best. But he's saying, look, y'all can't, hold on. Hey, y'all cap, bro. See, this, I know I'm the best in the business because y'all be capping. Y'all cap, I told y'all. Bro, why y'all didn't want to do this? But y'all made me. Hold on, I just looked for myself. And this is I didn't even dig around. This is the very first Google thing. And again, I'm just in charge of the results. What that say? Needless to say, Crawford will be a heavy favorite in the bookmaker boxing sports book. The fight will be only the second world title fight in Omaha history. Terrence Crawford, Gamboa, boxing betting odds, and the bookmaker. So y'all lying to me. Needless to look, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? So Kamal Oz was right. My theory that y'all were lying to me was right. It says, needless to say, this is the very first Google search. This is the very first Google search that I typed it in. You guys heard me. It says, needless to say, Crawford will be a heavy favorite. So y'all been lying to me this whole time. This crazy. See, again, when I make a point, y'all say I'm hating on Bud. When y'all make a point, y'all lie. There's a difference between what we do. Bro, that is literally the very first Google search. Look, all I typed was, and I didn't type it biased. I didn't say, was Crawford the favorite? I said, who was the favorite in said fight? And that is literally the first result that came up. Damn, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie. Bro, y'all some liars. It sucks to lie your whole life. It must suck to lie your whole life. Look, this is the second. Listen. Rumble, young man, rumble. Hey, get the likes up for these liars. Y'all lie so bad, you can't help it. Please get the likes up for the liars. This is the second Google, the number one search engine in the world. This is the very second search that came up. I literally, Ricky, why they lie so much, bro? I literally didn't type it biased because I truly want the answer. I didn't say is Crawford the favorite, and then a bunch of biased articles came up. I said who was the favorite in that particular fight. These are the top 2 search results. Once again, you guys lie like a fly with a booger in his eye. That's crazy. Look, second result. This is from SB Nation Bad Left Hook. Terrence Crawford is a slight favorite tonight against Yuriorkis Gamboa. Faces the former question mark phenom at home. Look, they don't even know who Gamboa was. It says the former question mark. Man, y'all some liars, bro. Look, June 28th, 2014, Crawford is a slight favorite. So where did y'all get that Gamboa? Why'd y'all lie to me and say Gamboa was a favorite? Even the dude that said that Crawford was negative 190, that's like a 50-50 fight, bro. You put 100, you were not gonna make no money on no odds like that, bro. It said the former phenom question mark. Man, come on, bro. But Bud let him tell it he been an underdog his whole career. Bro, you the underdog for Errol. The more I keep seeing it, you really the underdog versus Errol, bro. Gamboa got Ricky is bodying y'all, bro. Ricky Williams is doing y'all greasy. What the heck? Ricky Williams woke up just to body y'all. Hold on, y'all. Yeah. Ricky bodying y'all. Ricky bodying y'all, bro. He says Gamboa was coming off 2 shaky performances. I remember that too. I think it was against Michael Farinas, and he got dropped in that fight, bro. Bro, the Bud Buddies, y'all down bad. See, and this is the other thing. Why are the Bud Buddies so aggressive and angry? Because what is being said must be true. There's no, if what the Bud Buddies are saying is 1,000% true, and me and Kamal and Ricky Williams, we're all just lying, there would be no reason for you to be aggressive and annoyed and combative and stuff like that. Me, Ricky, and Kamal, we would all look so foolish because we're just lying and making stuff up. We're telling you. So one dude just said Gamboa was coming off of an 18-month layoff when he fought Crawford. Ricky Williams said he was coming off. You know what? I'll pull it up. Ricky Williams said Gamboa was coming off shaky performances. And if that Farinas is in there, then he's right, because I watched that fight on HBO and he was looking like shaky in that. Okay, so who did? Oh, it was Darlis Perez and Michael Farinas. Oh my gosh, bro. Ricky is being truthful. Remember Michael Farinas, that fight, and the Darlis Perez. He might have got dropped in both of them. I'd have to rewatch them, but I know he got dropped in at least one of those for sure. He did not look great in that fight. And that was the fights preceding Crawford. Oh, that's bad. Bro, I'm picking Errol a lot. Like, the more I think about it, the more I pick Errol Spence by a lot. And I could be way off. I don't care. On paper, Errol should handle business. Look, this is who Crawford fought. Michael Farinas, watched that fight, wasn't convincing, and Darlis Perez. And he got dropped in one of those. I remember that for a fact because I watched it. See, y'all not real boxing fans. Y'all think people just bullying Crawford and trying to put smut on his name. When you put smut on someone's name, you typically lie on them to make them look bad. Nobody's doing that. No one's making him look bad. He look bad, bro. And hold on, the other Eagles Army. So Gamboa was on it looks like a year layoff. He was on a year layoff when he fought Crawford. And then Crawford, like the more he's trying to justify his resume, like that's what I'm saying. It would be better if he just focused on like the Errol Spence stuff. Like say I'm gonna whoop Errol Spence and then y'all see how good I am. I have no problem with that. But then when you're trying to justify your resume, you say boxing ego lying and his fans say ego lying and hating. This is a whole different thing, bro. Because no one's gonna call me a liar, but then can't prove I'm a liar. You see what I'm saying? That this just doesn't make sense. So I think Bud is spending so much time trying to justify. Let people think what they want. You should be building up Errol Spence as a monster, right? Instead, Errol Spence, someone asked him like, hey, would this undisputed be more significant than your fight at 40 when you become undisputed in Dongo? And Bud said something to the effect of like, man, Ndongo, he's trying to make Ndongo sound like it's a killer that should be on the same wavelength as Errol. I mean, why? Why are you trying? I can't even understand it, bro. Why are you trying to convince the world that Ndongo and Ricky Burns and some of these other names were superb beings in the world of boxing? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, what? Who goes through? That's like me eating Little Caesars pizza, which I personally don't really like Little Caesars pizza. And then me being an influencer, I have to like lie and act like Little Caesars was the best pizza I've ever had. Like, I'm not doing all that, bro. I'm not doing all that for bread. I'm not going to eat some basic Little Caesars $5 hot and ready pizza and then coming on and doing a pizza review, a Keith Lee type of review, and acting like the Little Caesars was undeniably the best pizza I've ever had. I have integrity, so I'm not gonna do that, bro. Even if Little Caesars was like we had to do another arrangement. But I'm not gonna act like this is the greatest pizza. It is greasy. I got grease all on my shirt. And pizza. I'm not doing it for the pizza. You know what I'm saying? But for whatever reason, Crawford is hell-bent on convincing me in the boxing world that Ndongo and Ricky Burns, Drake, these are these names that we all should be watching out for, and signature wins, and that's just weird to me, bro. EJ says, nah, Crawford is just trying to convince himself. But then that's in denial. I don't like that. That gives me more confidence to pick Errol Spence. Errol Spence is being a consummate professional, and he's not sounding ridiculous. He's saying Crawford fight's going to be some work. So that means he respects him. He's obviously in shape, so he respects him, because he would have did a half camp like he did, or not a half camp, but kind of a fat camp. He told you he entered the Mikey Garcia and Porter fights, and it was a fat camp because he was like 180, 190. He knows better than to fight Crawford in that status. So he does respect Crawford, and I can respect him or any man who's going to keep it real with thyself. If Michael Jordan just said, oh, that was an amazing game, and he had like 1,000 turnovers, then like you're not being real with yourself, bro. Like if you scored very little points, you had a bunch of turnovers and a bunch of mistakes you made, a bunch of air balls, you missed all your free throws, and you're still trying to convince yourself that it was a great game, then I can't believe you, bro. I can't, because we don't see things the same. So when it comes to that, I can't, our visions don't align or whatever. Kamal Oz said Ricky Lake would have just been a better win than Ricky Burns. That, bro, I can't, accountability is so huge for me. Errol Spence, he didn't blame a bunch of, like if Errol Spence was blaming people for his accident, then I would say the same thing about him. But he just ate it. Whatever that cost him, he just ate it. I didn't really see him blame anybody for going through that. And I'm sure that was a horrendous time in his life and a valuable learning lesson. So I feel like Errol Spence he's built up some trust with me because he always talks with a level of realness where it's like, okay, like here's a good way to try to define it. I don't feel Errol Spence is afraid to be vulnerable in order to sound invincible. Let me say that again. I don't feel like Errol Spence shies away from sounding vulnerable in order to sound invincible. For me, I always question men that always sound invincible in the story. Not that's because I know life will beat you up. Life will beat you down to the ground and have you contemplating some stuff. Like, should I go on? You know, is this worth it? Does my family respect me? Like, life is brutal. It'll put you in some spots. So if somebody just said a highlight reel and a whole entire life is W's, then I can't really rock with you, because there's sayings like nobody has lived a life worth living and not had trials and tribulations and ups and downs and things like that. You know, they say a calm sea never made for a skilled sailor. I'm giving y'all gems. I'm giving y'all quotes. A calm sea never made a skilled sailor, meaning the person that was captaining and steering the boat, he went through it. The wind, the extreme heat, extreme winds, turbulence, big waves, animals, sharks, you know what I'm saying? Man overboard. That's the skilled sailor. That's who I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust the skilled sailor because he been there. He been there. Not just like all the, and that's Crawford's career. Crawford looks splendid, but none of the seas, none of the waves have been really turbulent. All the weather has been good. Errol Spence, he trying to steer the boat, and the waves is 40 feet and crashing and flying out of cars and the retina detached and, you know, baby mama dramas and, you know what I mean? Like, so I feel like he's been through the ringer and he's not afraid to show you that. Errol is, from what I've seen, he's not afraid to show you that. He's talked about, he's been candid and open about different demons and partying and being on podcasts, and I weighed 190. I had a fat camp. Bud Crawford is just like, when you try to come across as too flawless, then it's like, I can't believe that. Like, I know people that go to church every day and judge people, and they some of the foulest people I know. Do drugs, you know, sell their body, just different things, you know what I mean? But you wouldn't be able to tell because they go to church all the time. So I don't know. For me, I don't go off of that. I don't go off of like somebody looking like picture perfect. You dig what I'm saying? Like, hey, Ricky Williams, you really made the wrong decision by, hey, Voice of God, retype your, I don't know why you deleted that, bro. He was cooking and you deleted a good, realistic comment. Ricky, you messed up on that one. Voice of God, retype that. I'll read it to you. He says Errol Spence even admitted that he understands why he is an underdog with the accident and the layoff. He said the odds won't matter when he gets between the ropes. So that's, again, Errol Spence showing vulnerability. He's saying, I'm not tripping. If the sports book have me as the underdog, they should have me as the underdog because of what I've been through. So that's showing you Errol Spence is not afraid to be vulnerable. Crawford, you know, he wants to bully everyone and act like a bully. You know, he wants to, I don't know, challenge YouTubers and all this other stuff. Like, and condemn YouTubers, argue with people on Twitter. I don't know. I just, for me, who I am as a person, I think that stuff is a bit weird. And I think as a man, it's okay to be like, it's like fear. Let's talk about fear. There's nothing wrong. Fear has a bad rep. People are afraid to be fearful or show that they're fearful or vulnerable. There's nothing inherently wrong with fear. Everybody type F-E-A-R, fear. There's nothing wrong with being afraid. There's nothing wrong with having fear. It is a human emotion to have fear. So if I get into some stuff with somebody I would rather be with the friend that sees what we're up against and has a regular human emotion, fear, than the person who is fearless. Because the person who's fearless, you could be underestimating. It's 8 dudes and they got billy clubs and brass knuckles and you're not afraid at all. That would make me even more afraid because I don't think you're being realistic. We are outnumbered. They have billy clubs. They have nightsticks. They have ninja stars and a bottle. So in that situation, I'm not mad at somebody who has fear. You're supposed to have fear. If people are trying to harm you, like, it's a natural instinct. This is where people go wrong. It's what you do with fear. Like, if you're crippled by fear and you never accomplish any of your goals, of course, fear would be bad in that regard. But if you have a new business endeavor, you want to start a new small business and you're afraid, then there's nothing wrong with that. You're supposed to be afraid. You didn't just come out the womb with this business idea. It took a minute, you know what I'm saying? You don't know everything. So you're supposed to be fearful in those situations. It's the people who are so fearful that they're crippled by it and they do nothing about it and they're paralyzed by fear. That's the only thing. Crawford comes across as like, I'm invincible, I fear nothing, and blah, blah, blah. Errol Spence, he's like more vulnerable. Like he don't care that you know he has like insecurities or vulnerabilities. Like, bro, he tells you stuff. Just listen to them interview. He be like, yeah, I got my mouthpiece knocked out with Ugas, and you know what I'm saying? It was kind of embarrassing because I thought he knocked my teeth out. That's literally what Errol Spence said. He said it was embarrassing because from the accident, I didn't have a custom fit mouthpiece. I've obviously had dental work, and I don't have permanent teeth. And Ugas knocked me off of, you know what I mean, my pivot because I thought he knocked out my teeth, and he got distracted doing that. That's vulnerability. Errol, if he wanted to, he could have been like, man, I was just playing. I don't worry about that mouthpiece. I wasn't worried about nothing. I knew I was going to beat Ugas, bro. But he didn't do that. I'm trusting that person. I'm going to trust the person that's keeping it real. Bro, he literally could have just said, I was just boosting. I wasn't really tripping off that mouthpiece, and I don't care. He didn't even touch me. I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm not trusting nobody like that. I'm trusting the fact that Errol Spence admitted that he got caught lacking. He thought his teeth got knocked out. A human emotion, a human fear. Like, ain't nobody want to have no fronts like James DeGale versus Badu Jack and be doing an interview with no fronts. You thought your teeth got jacked up. Human fear, lost focus, fell asleep from the wheel. Ugas thought he hurt you, and and he's quick, caught you with some more punches. I respect that. I truly respect a man who can admit that. Like I said, it doesn't make you tougher because you're fearless. I've been fearful a lot of times, and I still did it. That's nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the people who don't do whatever you're supposed to do because you're like, you could, like, if you have a job interview and you really, really want the job and you're afraid that you might not get the job or you're broke as hell and you really need the job, it's okay to be fearful. But in times like that, I don't really get fearful from job interviews because I always get the job. But if that were my fear, I would just rehearse in the mirror, make sure my clothes is ironed out, my tie is straight, and I would still go to the interview and fingers crossed and just try to nail it. So that's how I deal with fear. The converse or the opposite of that would be if you skipped the job interview because you were so afraid you wouldn't get the job that you didn't even make your 3 p.m. Now you look unprofessional because you didn't even go to your 3 p.m. Apple job interview because you were so fearful that you couldn't bring yourself to it. You see what I'm saying? Or if your boy Ego want to pop at a chick and holler at a chick, you have to understand there's a chance you get knocked down ego-wise, no pun intended. You get rejected. She got a man. She thinks you're ugly. You got to overcome that fear. If you really want to get women, you have to overcome that fear. You're not going to be everyone's type. You know what I mean? Especially like in a split second, you just see him at a gas station. You got to get over yourself. You know what I mean? So I don't think anything's wrong with fear. It's wrong to be crippled and paralyzed by fear and have inaction to the fear. Like if you're afraid that the girl's going to reject you, but you still ask her to prom, ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you such a coward that this girl of your dreams, you don't want to ask her to the prom because you're fearful that she says no and tells her friends, then you're a PUSSY. That's the difference. So anyway, back to this Errol thing. Errol talked in a way that it just, everything he's saying sounds more realistic. You know what I mean? He letting you know I'm gearing up for a hard fight. Crawford a dog. I'm gonna have to break him like Kunta Kinte, and he not gonna go easy. He sound like he's in it for that. Bud be sounding like Superman. Like every story, like, man, Errol weak, Errol drunk, Errol. All right. So it's just a difference of taste. Bud can say what he wants. He's a grown man. He can do whatever he wants. I'm telling you my personal taste. Different reasons why I'm rocking with Errol, not even rocking with, but picking Errol. Picking. And again, the other thing is Bud Buddies be so mad. Like, why are you mad that people are picking Errol Spence? It's a 50-50 fight, you dumb son of a bitch. What are we talking about, bro? Like, boxing fans are pathetic. I'm just being real. I gotta cook, man. Let the boy cook. Bro, boxing fans, some of y'all pathetic. Y'all pathetic beta males. It's a 50-50 fight. People are like, oh, your channel's going to be in danger if Crawford wins. My channel, ain't nothing happening to my channel, bro. I don't care who wins. I'm O-Dog, bro. I don't care. Man, I ain't killing no women and kids. I don't care. I'm O-Dog. I don't give who out there. I'm making my pick. I'm going to be right. I'm going to be wrong. Ain't nothing going to happen on my channel. I bet you that. Book it. Book it. And y'all talking about, oh, I ain't killing no women and kids. Them marks just killed your cousin. You ain't going to do God damn it. Bro, I don't care who out there. I'm O-Dog. I don't care who out there. I say what I said. I give you some of the reasons why I'm picking Errol. Whatever outcome it is, may the best man win. Oh, well, I'm not changing nothing. What y'all talking about? Care who out there. Them marks killed your cousin. God dang it. I'm O-Dog with it. I'm talking about my channel gonna evaporate. Well, why would my channel evaporate? So just... Bro, I had a channel before Bud Crawford was a champion. Before Errol was a champion. What's going to happen to my channel? You think any fight outcome erases years of hard work and dedication? Y'all some bums. See, that's what I'm saying. Boxing is full of beta male hating bums. And, oh, you're gonna really regret this. I'm not gonna regret. It's a 50-50 fight. I think Errol wins. I'm telling you why I think he wins. Again, I'm going to be right. I'm going to be wrong. But just like I'm saying with Errol Spence being vulnerable, I don't have a problem being vulnerable. I don't have a problem being wrong. If somebody proves me wrong, then they prove me wrong. Ooh, whoop-de-doo. It's happened before. It will happen again throughout my life. I don't really care. But y'all such simps. And some of y'all such cowards that you're afraid to be wrong. You think your whole world is over and you can't deal with hecklers and trolls if you're wrong. I don't care. Troll these nuts. Bro, listen. Troll these nuts. I'm still getting paid. I don't care who win. I'm still getting paid. And it's like that. Bro, mark my words. Troll these nuts. Got him. Bro, y'all talk to D? D who? These nuts. Troll these nuts, bro. I promise you, at the end of this year, I will have more money in my bank account than you. I'm talking about July 30th is doomsday for boxing. All right. Bet. I bet at the end of the year, I got more money in my bank account than you. Talking about a fight, bro. I put in work. Whether you like the opinion, whether you like my prediction, whether you don't like it, I don't really care. Doesn't change it. Again, boxing fans are sensitive. It's a 50-50 fight. And because you make a pick, they're like, oh, okay. Oh, you're going to feel this way. I'm not going to feel anyway. I just want to see a good fight. I'm a boxing fan, bro. I'm a boxing fan. As long as it's fair and square, nobody cheat, nothing like that, and no like crazy referee scorecards, judges, then I got what I wanted. I'm gonna get my money's worth. Period. You guys do all, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm on a different level. I'm on a different level mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. I'm on a different level. People treating this like it's high school. Oh, you lost an arm wrestling contest. Like, life goes on. Like, name somebody who lost an arm wrestling contest and their life was over. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is minuscule. There's much, right after this fight, I got to be back on deck for Jermell and Canelo. I ain't worried about any one fight other than seeing it as a friend. I'm the best in the business, y'all. So, yeah, I don't get all this whole, like, fake hostility. Oh, your channel will be over and all that. Bro, whatever. Like I said, y'all could keep saying if it make you feel better. And again, it's a 50-50 fight. I'm picking who I want. And you see, this is the Bud Buddies, y'all. Oh. Bro, listen, this is the funny thing about the Bud Buddies. Let me tell you about this. Terrence Crawford literally released a tweet, literally, and said right before the Errol Spence fight was confirmed to the public. So he probably knew he had the Errol Spence fight behind the scenes. It was like a month before the actual announcement of the fight this year. Terrence Crawford said, if you over there, stay over there. There's no in between for this one. I swear to you, I do not lie, hand over heart. I would say this on the oath. Terrence Crawford, let me say it again, released a tweet where he says, if you are over there, if you on that side, stay on that side. There is no in between. All right? Question. Why are the Bud Buddies so angry when boxing fans listen to what Crawford said and pick the Errol side? How can you say if you are over there and you picked a side, ride that out, there is no in between when it comes to Spence Crawford, this fight, so stay over there and keep it over there and keep the same energy, yada, yada, yada. But then when people actually do that and Errol has a lot of support and a lot of people like, hey, man down, hey, start that cat, hey, strap season, and people was riding with Errol Spence just like you told them. You said no fake, fraudulent stuff, no in between. So people are treating this like it's gangland, dead homies, and they're picking either Crawford or they're picking either Errol Spence, which is what you said you wanted. Then why are Bud Buddies even angry at that? Crawford literally said, no in between. It's either me or them. You're with us or against us type of attitude. He set that standard. So why are y'all mad if me, Boxing Ego, I made my pick, I'm sticking with my pick, and we're going to see the outcome July 29th? Explain that to me. I'm a smart guy. I can take it. Anybody? He literally said, pick a side, like Nipsey Hussle said, pick a side, got to keep it there. Switching up, next, looking weird. He said, pick a side, got to keep it there. You're either with me or you're against me. It's either Errol or me. You pick, no in-betweeners. So why would Bud Buddies be mad when people did just what you said and picked Errol or picked you? That's what you wanted. I don't like me personally. I don't really even get down like that. I truly like Crawford. I really followed his whole career, supported his whole career. I like Errol Spence. I'm just saying, I'm going off the words you said, though. You see what I'm saying? I don't think it should be that. I don't think it should be like, I know Rolly, no Gervonta, but somebody got to win, somebody got to lose, you know? So if you want to dabble in a fight prediction, I was like, yeah, Gervonta has the edge. I was right. That's it. You know, it's not to offend or maim Rolly. It's just I thought Gervonta Davis at this time, it's his time, he wins. You see what I'm saying? So I don't understand this whole behavior from boxing fans. It's like you can't be a fan of both. Like you could only like Marvel movies. You can't like DC comic movies. Like that's BS, bro. like, you could say I like Marvel movies more, but when the Batman come out, you're not gonna watch it because it's DC. Like, y'all corny to me, bro. A lot of people in boxing are corny. Y'all corny, bro. So I can't watch Justice League, the Snyder cut. New Batman come out, I can't watch that because I like Black Panther and Marvel Avengers. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Y'all act like little kids to me, bro. Like something little kids would like fight about. This weird, weirdo energy. Your channel's done in July. July 30th. All right, we're gonna see. I ain't worried about it. I don't even understand if you hating that hard, why you care? Why you care what happened to my channel? You wasn't here when I started. You wasn't supporting me to begin with, so why you care? Bud's own people are hemming and hawing now. Tim Bradley's different. B-Hop sound different. Bunch of folks that were solidly picking Bud last year are iffy AF now. Stay on that side. Check your peeps. Word. And that's what I'm saying. Why are Crawford team mad at me? And Broner is friends with Crawford, and Crawford told you on $1 million worth of game, he said, nah, Broner was cool. Broner told me to my face that he was picking Errol Spence. So why is Crawford mad at everybody else, but then Broner said the same thing? Why? Okay, explain this. Why is Crawford's team mad at Boxing Ego for picking Errol Spence? And like, oh, you're a D rider. Oh, you're an Errol Spence groupie. Oh, you love PBC. Oh, stay over there. Stay on that side. Oh, Errol Spence. But he's friends with Adrian the Problem Broner, and he told you on $1 million worth of game with Gilly and Wallow, presented by Barstool Sports, that Broner told him to his face that he is picking Errol over him. So how is it acceptable for Broner? I mean, I get it. He's a fighter. But how is it acceptable for Broner to voice his opinion? But then when Charlo or Boxing Ego says that we rocking and think Errol Spence wins this matchup, it's a matchup, bro. It's a fight. Why are you mad? Why are you mad at Charlo? Why are you mad at Ego? I don't get that, bro. What Charlo said, what Ego said, and what Broner said, we all picked Errol. Some people are picking Crawford. That's fine. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people act weird about this. Like, it's weird. I'll be happy when it's over just for that. You know what I'm saying? Because people they acting weird. They acting weird. Like we initiated in a gang or something. Like, it's crazy. But whatever. To each his own. Crawford is about to spark your boy. Errol is chinny. Terrence too fast and switches. I mean, we'll see. Let's see it. Bro, but notice you never, from the Bud Buddies like Fabulous Jada, and neither one of them, Fabulous nor Jada, would ever acknowledge you in public. So I don't even know why that's your name. Notice that's the comments they leave. Bro, his name is Fabulous Jada, and they would both walk right past you. Jada would look at you on the street and walk right by because nobody knows you. Nobody appreciates any of your opinions. Jada will walk right. I promise you, Kiss will rock. K.I. double. I moved the Padico quick and just let the Montega buck. He'll look you dead in your eye and walk right by you. He might know me. I know he don't know you. Never will it stop. Handguns with double-digit shots. I move work on another block. Leave out the club with another watch. Body that man and let other watch. I'm trying to censor it. Only thing worse than the coward is a coward with power. Gotta kill him in the shower. Our beats is knocking, hook is rare. Earn my spot. Nobody ain't put me here. Bro, I earn my spot. Nobody ain't put me here. I'm like the Bobby Womack of crack when it comes to this boxing. We gonna handle this like grown men. You won't win. You don't even feel comfortable in your own skin. I rap my ass off from fighting the champ with the glass jaw at the Garden of Nassau. Man, stop playing with me, bro. Bro, these Bud Buddy, y'all just, there's nothing of substance. Errol is chinny. Okay, but Crawford got wobbled by Gamboa. Like, I mean, let's vote. Was Crawford more affected by Gamboa landing his shots or Errol Spence versus Ugas? Because, like, see, this is what I don't understand about the, but okay. Let's just talk about boxing. Bro, this is what I don't understand. Y'all just be talking. Bro, what I gotta say, like, Pookie, y'all just be talking. Okay. Errol Spence, yo. Was Crawford more rocked by Gamboa or that mouthpiece fiasco with Errol? Because the Bud Buddies keep talking about, oh, he was hurt by Ugas. I don't even think he was hurt like that, bro. I think he lost focus. Like he told you what it was. I just told you. He said he thought his teeth got knocked out. So that's why he looked distracted and like puzzled or whatever. And see, this is why I don't think Errol was badly hurt. I think Kell Brook hurt Errol more than Ugas. Dead homies. Kell Brook in one of them early rounds cracked Errol Spence. He cracked him. And this was Errol off a 9-month layoff as a challenger. I think Kell Brook hurt Errol Spence way more than Ugas in that 6th round or whatever y'all talking about. Because here's why. When Ugas, that whole mouthpiece fiasco, Errol bit down when he got situated after he took like 2-3 unnecessary shots or whatever, got situated, and the remainder of the round started beating the brakes off of Ugas, and that was the beginning of the end for Ugas. And then he really just started, and he just started getting busy, like I didn't like that sequence. Now you got this. Now you're going to get this work. And he started really turning it up, and the dog came out of Errol. And he just started chopping him. And then literally, Ugas had no moments after that moment. So if he was so badly hurt, wouldn't it take you a couple rounds? Like Devin Haney got hurt versus Jorge Linares. See, y'all don't really know boxing. I know I'm the best in the business, and y'all don't know unless you Eagles Army. Devin Haney got hurt by Jorge Linares. That was in round 10, I think, at the end of it. Round 11, he was a little bit more dormant, and it took some of round 12, and then he started boxing, and he kind of came back because he was hurt. When you're hurt, you have to regenerate or recover, recuperate, right? And Errol Spence, there was no, so he Wolverine? Errol Spence is Wolverine, he Logan? Because there was no like recuperation. He started putting in massive work in the round where the whole mouthpiece thing happened. So he got the healing powers of my boy Logan, Wolverine. Bro, he did Wolverine. He just healed that quick, and he was as badly hurt as what y'all was talking about. Y'all don't know about boxing. I promise you that. Bro, dudes keep overrating that mouthpiece stuff. I don't get it. Either Errol Spence is Wolverine, he the black Wolverine, he Blogan, the black Logan, or he wasn't hurt like y'all are saying it, because he healed way too quick, bro. He healed way too quick. He started breaking up Ugas from that moment on for the rest of the fight. There's no recuperative time frame. It was over for Ugas after that. So y'all don't know what y'all talking about. That's for starters. Mean Machine. I think Bud was more rocked by Mean Machine than that whole Ugas thing. But again, the Bud Buddies purposefully misinforming people. They don't want to talk about that. But like Ugas, they keep talking about that situation. But Bud literally got dropped by Mean Machine, who's not even as good as Ugas. For real. He's not as big as Ugas, and he's not as good as Ugas. And he for sure wasn't coming off a Pacquiao type of win. He was coming off a draw with Ray Robinson inactivity, top rank style, and he was coming off a performance with Ray Robinson that he should have lost. These are the facts. I told y'all want to be better than me, but you can't. I am the human facts machine. Everything I'm saying is facts. Again, I'm not saying Bud has zero chance. It's boxing. But the more I think about this fight, the more it doesn't favor him. Unless, like, I think Bud's best chance is like Jose Benavidez. That's the chance I'm going to give him. Like, where if he can thread the needle on a crispy shot and then it just like, and then forced to stop it, that's what he can do. But it's going to be a long night. If he can't do that, I think it's going to be a long night. I think it's going to be a long night. What do I mean? So when he fought Jose, I was at that fight. When he fought Jose Benavidez, he landed a sick uppercut. And then Jose Benavidez kind of crumbled. And then Bud, being a great finisher, he just finished him off. I think if an opportunity like that presents itself, Bud can win. Bud can win. Like a singular type of crispy shot that opens the floodgate and then, you know what I mean? And he can just pounce on him. I think that's Bud's biggest opportunity. You know what I mean? But the other thing is, people don't really talk boxing. I know I'm the best in the business, so you know I got it. Bud, people aren't talking about the fact that orthodox fighters are usually the ones that have problems with southpaws, right? You're fighting a natural southpaw and you're better as a southpaw. So I think that matchup is very scary if you're a Bud fan, because what that indicates to me is Bud Crawford needs to excel as a southpaw in order to beat Errol Spence. Or maybe if he can confuse him as a hybrid. But I have never really seen Bud fight anybody elite primarily 99% of the fight as an orthodox fighter. If he fights if he fights Errol as an orthodox fighter for most of the fight, I think he gets cooked. Because he's not as fluent as an orthodox fighter as he is dangerous when he's a southpaw. But here's the thing, southpaw and southpaw, that's a whole different battle, bro. That's a different battle as opposed to southpaw. Like, let me give you guys some examples because I'm the best to ever do this. Devin Haney's an orthodox fighter. Lomachenko's a southpaw, right? Shout out to Wally III. Appreciate you. I'm going to give you guys some examples. Devin Haney's an orthodox fighter. Lomachenko is a southpaw. So you've seen Devin had struggles or issues late when Loma started turning up and like getting into a rhythm because that southpaw orthodox is just some different work. You know what I'm saying? And Loma's the best southpaw that Devin fought. You know, I think Jojo Diaz is a southpaw, but he's not as proficient as Loma. But here's the southpaw and southpaw battle. Charles Martin and Luis Ortiz. You see what I'm saying? That was when you had two southpaw. Southpaw versus left-handers are more of a rarity commodity in this world in general. Like 1 out of every so many people is a left-hander. So it's rare that you get an elite level fight this good with pretty much two left-handers. You know what I mean? It happens, but it doesn't. Like you never got Pacquiao versus Zab Judah. Like prime, both in their prime. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't really happen all too often. I think Crawford is significantly better a southpaw than he is an orthodox fighter. So I think he has to come up with more answers in that southpaw stance, which, again, is just a different battle as opposed to the orthodox stance. So I don't know. I like, who did name somebody elite that Crawford fought where he was like just stayed as an orthodox fighter the whole time? Like, could Crawford beat somebody like that? Like Floyd, he can switch. He don't do it all the time, especially as he got older. Floyd will whoop you as a right-hander the whole time, even though he can switch. Does that make sense to y'all? Like Floyd doesn't have to switch. He's like destroying Canelo with orthodox work. He's destroying Pacquiao with orthodox work. He don't really have to keep switching in and out. So like, y'all really don't understand boxing. That's what I think. Here's the other thing too, is like, people keep talking about Crawford switches. You guys, I know a lot of y'all don't really know boxing, and you're just recycling the information more than, like, you heard someone else say this and you just rock with it and run with it. But you don't know how to articulate it yourself. So here's the thing when it comes to the switching. First of all, over switching is super dangerous. Against somebody elite, that's super dangerous. Does anybody disagree with that? We'll start there. If you fight somebody that is elite, switching in and out, orthodox, southpaw, like miscellaneous times, is very dangerous. Is that cap or fact? We'll start there. We gotta crawl before we walk. Is that cap or fact? Does that sound like a factual statement? That overly switching or abusing the switch or whatever. RCB says it's cap. Okay, why is it cap? Okay, this is going to be fun. RCB, okay, hold on. We finally got someone with some nuts to, I guess, disagree. Why is it cap? So if you went to a boxing gym, you're learning how to fight, they're going to instruct you to keep switching from orthodox to southpaw multiple times and abuse it throughout the fight. That's what you're telling me. Shooters, leave him alone. Come on, RCB. Let's test your boxing knowledge. It's like the carnival games. Test your might. Now he's switching up. Come on, bro. Whatever. Leave him alone. He don't want none. Anyway, nobody's gonna, like, that's super unorthodox. No one's gonna say keep switching until you find something out. Reason being, because you're in transition. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Prince Savage got bars. He said he just switched right now. Bro, Prince Savage, the rapper, he came with the rap bar. He said he just switched. Yeah, he just switched his stance. Exactly. Shout out to Prince Savage. That's hilarious, bro. He literally just switched his stance to give y'all a real-time example. That's hilarious. My boy Prince Savage is super witty for that. He's switching like Crawford right now. He said, oh, I thought you said something else. Whatever. Anyway, I'm going to keep going in. No one's going to advise you to overly switch. It's that simple. But okay, first of all, first of all, let's see, now y'all got me going into a deeper bag. What is switch hitting? Switch hitting comes from baseball. It doesn't come from boxing. Let's break it down now. Switch hitting comes from baseball. A switch hitter, meaning somebody who can be at bat from the different stances. So I like to break things down and how they originate. Obviously, if you're ambidextrous, this is applicable for boxing. Hence why people say, oh, he a switch hitter. But it's really baseball terminology, right? You're a switch hitter. And you have that level of fluidity so you can bat either stance, right? So to abuse that, like, there's really no reason to, like, okay, so let's say, since I explained where it comes from, baseball, if, let's say Barry Bonds is a switch hitter, right? And from a right-hander's stance, he keep hitting home runs off this pitcher, Randy Johnson. Why would he then switch? And even if he's able to do it, why would he then, if you just got 2-3 homers in a couple of innings, why would he then switch and potentially overcomplicate things by approaching it with a different stance, but he keep hitting homers from Randy Johnson pitches from the right-hand stance? that it doesn't even make sense. It wouldn't even make sense. So typically, people, if you're a fighter, you're switching there has to be some reason why you're switching. Maybe it's a better look. Maybe you want to confuse the opponent. So that's why I said it's not really advantageous for you to just back and forth keep switching. So all that switch stuff is dead to me, bro. People keep talking about that. Beyond that, I personally believe that Jaron Boots Ennis is a better switch hitting fighter than Terrence Crawford. Because when he was fighting Villa, he was ambidextrously switching and effortless, like you didn't even know what stance he was in type of thing. Bud usually is getting touched up as a right-hander and then feels the need to change, oftentimes against a right-hander. Then he'll switch to the southpaw. You get me? So Boots Ennis, he was never losing any round to Roman Villa. He dominated every round, and so to me, he was switching not out of distress or not because he needed a different look because Roman was like reaching him easily. It was because he was trying to inflict more pain and punishment and really stunt. And then you seen Jaron Ennis was like, he started showboating and shit. Bah! And he was like styling on him. So to me, I think Boots is a better ambidextrous fighter. Shout out to Philly, y'all really got one. Because he would like I'm not hating on Crawford. I'm being very sincere. I've never seen Crawford style on the level of opposition that he fought ambidextrously like Boots is doing. Like Boots is in there with a bigger or equally big Villa, who came off the best win of his career, Speedy Ellis, and was in there switching effortlessly and styling on him. He was like, bah, bah, like he was doing some crazy, you see what I'm saying? He was like out there like wilding. Bah. Bro, his head, he was moving his head like some Matrix. It was like eerily like reminiscent to Roy Jones, right? Bro, he popped him with an uppercut. Like, first of all, he did this little steps thing, popped him with an uppercut, hit him with a right. Villa tried to counter. It whizzed by him. I was like, oh, dang, Boots is on some. Crawford, he be fighting De'Aaron Jean. And then De'Aaron Jean is landing on him. Watch the fight. And then he'll go to southpaw and start being a menace. But again, when he's switching, oftentimes it's against an orthodox fighter. To further illustrate my point, name the last southpaw that Terrence Crawford fought. See, I told y'all, these young boys can't beat me. Y'all don't know boxing. Who is the last southpaw that Terrence Crawford fought? Let's see who know. These young boys can't beat me. Smash the like button. Y'all really don't know ish. Name the last southpaw that Terrence Crawford faced in his career. See, again, people are like, oh, Ego, you suck, you don't know. But y'all don't know. Who was the last southpaw that Terrence Bud Crawford ever faced in his career? Right? Y'all don't know. Y'all trash. And then say, I don't know. Who was the last? See, when I break down stuff, I really break down stuff. Kamal, hold on. Kamal says the Bud Buddies are angry. Y'all angry, right? Listen, the last southpaw that Terrence Crawford faced were none of his opponents at welterweight. It was the man from Namibia, the gods must be crazy, Julius Ndongo. And he not even good like that, bro. So all these people like, oh, Errol never dealt with anybody like Crawford. Well, surprise, Crawford never dealt with no one like Errol either, and especially in the southpaw package. Bro, the last southpaw he fought was Julius Ndongo. The fight only lasted 3 rounds because Ndongo suck. For real, if I'm being blunt. That's just not that good, bro. And then before that, he fought Felix Diaz. He was an Olympian, but he also lost to Lamont Peterson. What y'all talking about? Y'all don't really know boxing. It's okay. It's okay. I know y'all mad. It's okay. Y'all don't know boxing. So, I don't know. All that switching stuff, y'all, all that shoot 'em up, y'all be talking? All that switching stuff? Bro, majority of his opponents, because again, a southpaw is going to be more of a rarity. It's going to be more of a rarity, so you don't always get southpaw work. Now, he gets it in camp with Shakur or something, but Shakur is just moved up to 35. And this is not a knock on Shakur. He's a beast. But how you prepare for Errol Spence with Shakur, who just moved up to 35, like Shakur, I think Shakur will give Crawford amazing looks, but in terms of the style, like I don't think he can. How can he mirror a 5'9" Errol Spence power if he's not necessarily like he had like kind of a mercy stoppage versus Noshido or whatever, Yoshino. You see what I'm saying? So that's at 35 anyway, and his other stuff is at 26 and 30. He didn't stop like Joet Gonzalez, so it's going to be hard even with getting great. You're getting great work. That's all I can say. But to emulate the actual style of Errol Spence gave Floyd Mayweather a black eye. Completely different, bro. Darius Jean, he ain't beat Lamont Peterson. Ego, most switch hitters do not have the same level of competence from both sides. In boxing, any moment of indecision could leave a boxer wide open and KO'd. Facts. That's beautifully stated. But that's what I'm saying. So for me, I'm going to go with the person who don't got to do this bag of tricks and like southpaw. He's just coming at you how he coming at you. Errol Spence don't have to worry about like, oh, I'm going to be orthodox. Bro, if Errol's getting whooped, he's just getting whooped and he's going to have to make adjustments. He's not going to have to worry about switching to orthodox. Oh, I'm going to trick Crawford I'm going to come out like an orthodox. He's not going to do all that. If he lose, he lose. And he's going to have to make the adjustment another way. Terrence Crawford, he's the one, it just gives you something else that you even have to contend with. Like, hey, I'm losing, so do I make I'm telling you, it doesn't make, all this switching stuff y'all talking about doesn't really make sense at the elite level to overly switch, because at the end of the day, there's no reason for it. If you're beating somebody's ASS as a right-hander, there's really no reason to give yourself a different look and start fighting as a southpaw. So realistically speaking, the only time you would need to switch is if you really want to push like Jaron Ennis. Really want to push for the KO and you have to open him up a different way, give him a completely different look because you're on some aggressive stuff, or because you're getting schooled and this position is not working for you. No, like you never deviate from anything that's working. Like, okay, here's an example. I'm the best in the business. I'm a switch hitter on YouTube. When it comes to YouTube boxing, I make the best adjustments. Listen, I make the most adjustments. So when it comes to curating YouTube content, I'm a switch hitter because I'm the best at this. So peep this. I'll use my profession, which is a content creator, influencer, vlogger, blogger, reporter, whatever you want to call me. If I am doing long form content, which I am, and I'm getting stupid paid, which I am, why would I just stop doing that and focus on YouTube shorts and make all of my videos YouTube shorts when I'm getting stupid paid like this? Ambidextrous is the switching of gears, switching stances. Why would I switch my stance on YouTube if the algorithm is blessing me? The algorithm is blessing me with long form content, pushing out the videos. My CPM is insane. My audience retention is through the roof, right? So I don't, as a company, as a business, I'm not going to redirect my focus on I need to just produce all shorts. I'm not saying I'll never do no shorts or whatever. Cool, I'll do shorts. But it doesn't make sense for me to redirect the focus. In business is the same thing as like boxing. Boxing is a business. If you're in a business and your business is thriving and everything you're doing is working, just get more inventory on what is working. You might add some product groups or something like that, but you're not gonna, if you have a pizza joint, a pizzeria, right? Everybody like the pepperoni. You're not going to discontinue the pepperoni and then do nothing but vegan pizzas. They didn't come for that. So again, I think y'all overplaying the whole necessity to just switch for the sake of switching. Like this is like Crawford is like y'all kind of bought the top rank hype. Like where y'all just believe that merely switching turns him into a different person. There has to be a method to the madness of why you're even switching. That's what I don't understand. Like I guess people are just expecting that Crawford, if he has some testy moments, he could just switch and then Errol's just so thrown off and he get whooped. I mean, I guess it's possible, but I don't really see that. I would just go with the basic fundamentals. Like Floyd Mayweather, he don't do like why like he's the GOAT. Floyd is truly the GOAT. He can switch. I've seen him switch. But he don't really have to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like something he has to do. He was beating Canelo up. He didn't have to switch to southpaw to further, punish him. He was punishing him as is. So again, I'm a big believer in just stick to the game plan that's working. Errol is fundamental. Y'all call him basic, whatever. So he's basic, but he's fundamental. And he's going to stick to his intangibles. Like, okay, like if he's more in a shootout and Crawford's besting him at the shootout, he can get back to his jab. Fundamentals. Y'all acting like Crawford has like the kryptonite, like he just can keep switching back and forth. That puts you in peril, bro. That puts you in a precarious situation if you overly switch or if you abuse it. Like, even if it's working, boxers aren't stupid. They're not dumb. They're going to see you keep switching and then try to time it, or just like Marquez did to Pacquiao, not with the switching, but he noticed Pacquiao did that stupid stutter step stuff and he had that right hand waiting for him. And he's like, all right, I got you. Bah! And then it was a wrap. So you don't even want a boxer to, if you overdo anything and they compute the data and then you're like, and they anticipate it, then that's not a good thing. So, like, I wouldn't advise Crawford to keep switching. I mean, I guess he can do it if it just, Errol is so puzzled by it and he just don't know what to do. But Crawford, the Bud Buddies, y'all just say some crazy stuff that I, like, oh, Errol's never fought someone like Crawford. Okay, I just told you the last southpaw that Crawford fought was Damn Ndongo. Is he anything like... Okay, Crawford has literally never fought a southpaw anything like Errol Spence's style. He fought Ndongo, Felix Diaz, and Gamboa, none of which fight anything like Errol Spence, and all three of them were in lighter divisions, 40 or 35. Errol Spence is quite literally, the biggest southpaw you've ever faced. So that southpaw battle is going to be very interesting. I'm going with the fundamental guy, with the natural weight. And that's the other thing. I mean, I don't want to, because I might do a 7 reasons. I don't know. I might do a breakdown video. I don't know. It depends on what the fans, y'all got to cash out for that. But I could break this fight down all day. I've really been thinking about it. And it's funny because I think about all these scenarios and you got morons that just come to my channel like, oh, you're hating, you don't know. I'm really breaking the fight down for you guys. Like with what I've seen and what I know about the fighters. It's nothing personal. It's all business. It's always business. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm just giving you my honest assessment of what I think plays out. It's that simple. You love it, you hate it, don't matter. That's my opinion. So yeah, all people are abusing this whole he could switch. Like, okay. Like even Jaron Ennis, I think he's a better switch hitter, but he would want to use that sparingly as he fights better people. Like if Jaron Ennis fought Keith Thurman or Ugas, or the winner of Keith Thurman and Ugas or something like that, he got to be cautious because Keith Thurman, he got enough quickness and speed where if you make any small, slight delay, hesitation in transition, you can get clipped. So you got to be like fluid and very seamless. Bud is 35, 36. He doesn't fight almost the same as he did at 35 and 40. He seemed a bit more fleet-footed and stuff like he like banging and trading with dudes more. He like Edeslandi Lara. Like Lara used to use his legs a lot more when he was fighting Paul Williams, Canelo, Guillermo El Chacao Rugandao. He used to use his legs a lot more when he was fighting Donaires and before that stuff. Now Rigondeaux like in the pocket with it. Yeah, I'm not saying he never used his legs. So I think Crawford, his style is matured too. His style is matured too, and it's become more stationary than he did at the lighter divisions. On top of that, couple it with the fact that Bud has added muscle mass and weight and then has to get some of the weight off. He just looks bigger in his off season. So that added weight also can slow you down as well. Errol Spence, he's used to maintaining, he used to be 180, 90, 200 pounds or whatever he said he used to be. So he's dedicated in camp this time, and he came in at a much better, I could tell from the eye test, he started camp at a much better weight. So he didn't really have to have a fat camp for this one. And he's just naturally of that weight. Crawford, in essence, had to get with snack, bulk up. You probably eat more, protein up more, because he's a guy that came from a smaller divisions. You see what I'm saying? The last thing I want to talk about is because I just hear a lot of people don't know what they're talking about. I keep hearing this thing, and I know you guys, if you've paid attention to the commentary, people keep talking about Sean Porter fight, bro. Let's settle it. I'm sick of this. I'm really getting sick of this. Can we settle it? If y'all want to settle it, type settle it in the comment section. We need to settle this right now. If you want to settle it right now, can I get a settle it? Just type settle it. Shout out to my boy Prince Evers. Tom Tucker, what's up? Octavia, what's up? I got your DM. All right. Let me get a sip of water, and I'm going to settle it. Please smash the like button. I'm closing up shop, but I got a couple more things. For once and for all, let's settle it. Who fought the better version of Sean Porter? Please type Errol or E for Errol or T for Terrence Crawford or his name. We're going to settle it right now on camera. Who fought the better version of Errol in your honest to God opinion? Look at Kamal Oz blazing y'all. Okay, every single person that has ever voted has picked Errol Spence got the better version of Sean Porter. I agree. So why do the Bud Buddies keep telling King Ego, oh, but nobody did that to Sean Porter, what Bud did? Why do you say that? Why are you even telling me that? But nobody did. He got a worse version, non-champion version of Sean Porter. So why you keep telling me no one's ever done that? When we all know the version of Sean Porter that showed up was not the same version of fighter and dedication, like at least the dedication, because his dad said he didn't even train like he wanted to. And then Sean Porter said that. He was like, oh, my daddy wanted me to do certain things that I couldn't provide for him. Go listen to the post-fight interviews. Errol Spence even brought this up at the press conference. So why do you keep telling me, oh, but nobody did that to Sean Porter? Nobody fought the version of Sean Porter that Terrence Crawford fought. The guy off a 400-plus day layoff. The guy who was traveling the world in city to city doing podcasts for nefarious multiples of networks like Ring City on NBC, like Triller, like PBC. So why don't, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you really know boxing, then you would have to know that. When Errol fought him, he was coming off the Ugas performance, and he was a champion. So even though the Ugas fight was close, I personally thought Ugas won. The judges didn't, so Sean Porter remained a champion, and then he entered the Crawford fight. I mean, the Spence fight. In addition, Errol Spence was roasting Sean Porter's shoes and bad-mouthing him. He's like, man, you fight like you drowning. You an in-shape street fighter. So it wasn't all this friendly, let's go paintballing together type of stuff in relationship, that buddy-buddy bromance thing that Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter have. Did Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford told you, we've known each other for years from the amateurs. We decided we wouldn't fight each other unless the business made sense. It wasn't all of that. Errol Spence and Sean Porter never said that. So I truly believe Sean Porter was out for blood, and he showed up, and he was mad because Errol was talking about his kicks and saying he an in-shape street fighter, and he was out on a mission as a champion to try to prove him wrong. Crawford is your boy. You see Terrence Crawford just went on his podcast again. Crawford don't even deal with the media, but Sean Porter still got access to exclusive Crawford interviews. So stop acting like Sean Porter was at the same space when he fought Crawford. So to say, oh, but nobody did that to Sean Porter is stupid. And y'all know it's stupid, but y'all still try to use it. Oh, nobody did. Like, okay, using your stupid triangle theories and all that, Canelo obliterated Carlos Baldomir. Context, Baldomir was 41 years old, and he's a Chester. Floyd didn't do that to Baldomir. Zab Judah, when he was a champion, didn't do that to Baldomir. But guess what? When Floyd fought Canelo, Canelo got his ass whooped by Floyd Mayweather, despite Baldomir getting brutally knocked out by a youthful Canelo, because it was years after Zab Judah and Floyd had fought Carlos Baldomir, and when they fought him, he wasn't no goddamn 41 years old. So same could be said with Sean Porter. By the time Crawford got Sean Porter, he had already had several wars on his name. Kell Brook, Julio Diaz, 2 fights. Adrian Broner dropped him in the 12th round. Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman. That's why we respect Sean Porter in his get down. And then the Errol Spence fight, and he was dropped in that fight too, right? Crawford fought him on a 400-day layoff. These are the facts. Crawford, Bud Buddies, they love to say like, oh, you're hating. If I was hating, I would just make up miscellaneous stuff. I'm not doing that. Look it up. ESPN literally posted it. That's how I even knew about it, because they did a pay-per-view, and it said Sean Porter last been in the ring, and they showed a graphic on the screen. Y'all got to stop playing with me. Y'all better stop playing with me. So ESPN, the company Crawford was with, they're the ones that even hit me to the exact time frame by their lower thirds on-screen graphics that notified me that Sean Porter had been out the ring so long. What I'm saying to you is, if you go back and watch that fight when Sean Porter is doing his ring walk, They said Sean Porter last fought, and it showed on the screen. And I'm about to screenshot it too, so I can further destroy y'all. So stop saying, oh, but no one did that to Porter. Yeah, nobody fought Porter on a 400-plus day layoff either. And nobody fought the non-champion, or there's no title at stake. I know I'm going to retire podcast Porter either. So without the details, it may seem a certain way, but then if you dress it up and hide the details, it seems a certain way, but then when you put it in context, it's not the same. That's the point. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, what if I show you a 2-second clip of someone getting punched? You're like, oh, why would they punch that person? But then when somebody posts the real video and it shows the whole interaction, that person got punched because it was calling everybody at the party the N-word. Completely different context, right? I'm killing y'all, bro. I'm going to say it again. If you see them World Star videos and somebody just get punched, and that's all the clip, it's just edited down to that, someone punched, knocked out in the middle of the street, you could be like, man, that guy's a bully, and feel all types of way about him. But then when you see the full video and you find out the guy was obnoxiously drunk and calling everybody the N-word, once you provide that context, now you're like, oh, he got what he had coming. It makes a whole lot more sense why that happened to him. Same thing with my boy, never mind, because he went to court for it. I ain't going to say it. Never mind. Even though he beat the case, but I'm not going to say it. It's a fighter, though. He got in a fight with the drunk dude. Anyway, context is everything, people. That's the point I'm making. People are like, oh, no. And here's the other thing. People keep saying, oh, nobody did this to Sean Porter. I just gave you the context of where Sean Porter was at that specific space. Right? But since we're using Crawford Bud Buddy logic, if nobody did all that to Porter, despite the 400-day layoff, despite the fact that he was a full-time podcaster with a podcast and a television commentator, and he was coming off the Sebastian Formella performance where he didn't look sensational, and Errol Spence, he was into punishing. Like, that's what, see, you guys purposely withhold information because y'all cowards. A real one is not going to be afraid of the real information coming out. Like, let's say your chick is not cheating on you. And then you're like, let me see your phone. And then you're like, hey, let me see yours. And then the chick is like this. She hands her phone right over. You know why? Because she's not doing the foul. She don't care if you go through her phone and look at her DMs because she had nothing to hide. But the dude don't want to give up his phone. He's like, man, you playing. Man, who cares? You see what I'm saying? The dude don't want to show his cell phone when the girl want to see it because he know he finna get caught up. And she going to look in them threads and them DMs and text messages and Snapchats and, you know what I mean? And then he knows it's about to spell trouble. That's the Bud Crawford. They don't want to show their cell phone. They don't want to show the receipts. They want to purposefully leave out the information because they know if that information come out, they cooked. And they know everything that the king of boxing talk is saying is officially true. Boxing ego, that's me. You know, if you add the real, not lies, but the real details of that Sean Porter fight or where Mean Machine was or Amir Khan and his chin, and once you start adding that, then they know it doesn't look that great. So that's why they're like, shut up, you just a Bud hater. All right, bro. But for all those people who are saying, oh, Bud, nobody stopped Crawford. I mean, nobody stopped Porter. Wow. I present this. Exhibit A. I put this on Twitter. The Bud buddies keep telling me, quote, nobody ever did that to Sean Porter, by Bud knocking out Porter in the last fight of his career, and then he retired. So my follow-up question is this. Okay, so who did this to your Dennis Ugas? He was coming off a Manny Pacquiao win, a title win, and a champion. Mikey Garcia was undefeated, and Danny Garcia was after the car crash that Errol Spence had been. So while y'all steady talking about who did this to Porter, please tell me anybody that fought your Dennis Ugas when he was a champion coming off the best win of his career and had him looking like, hey, you guys, Tell me who looked Mikey Garcia in the face when he was an undefeated fighter and had him lose every single round and had his face bloody and almost stopped him in round 9. Who had Danny Garcia out of answers and his face looking this busted up to the point where he said he was depressed after this fight, if that's the route we're going to go? And still I'm undefeated. Bro, y'all getting tortured. I'm torturing you. I'm the new Jigsaw. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. Remember when that, bro, you know at the end of the Saw movies when that music come in? Bro, I'm Jigsaw with it. I want to play a game. You've spent your life caping for Terrence Crawford. Do-do-do, 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 do-do-do. Bro, I'm the new Jigsaw. Let's get it. I'm sawing y'all to death. I want to play a game. You've said that Terrence Crawford had a good resume. To free yourself. So, bro, Errol had all them dudes that had never looked like that. Ugas had losses, yes. Sean Porter was a loss. Sean Porter didn't have the man face like that. I know that for a fact. Sean Porter did not have the man looking like Alien Nation. Sean Porter fought Danny Garcia and didn't have Danny's face looking like that. I was there. Broner fought Mikey Garcia. Robert Easter fought Mikey Garcia. Sergey Lipinets fought Mikey Garcia. Abreu and all these other dudes fought Mikey Garcia. Nobody did that to Mikey either, and he was undefeated. Jesse Vargas, who's bigger than Mikey, didn't do that to him. Sandor Martin, who beat him, didn't do all that to Mikey. So why, again, Bud Buddies purposefully withhold information. Oh, who did that to Porter? Okay, I mean, look at Errol's whole resume. And I would say Kell Brook because Errol beat him. But I guess you could use the argument like Triple G did his other eye bad. So whatever. So I purposefully left that out. But I mean, even Bud Crawford, he didn't melt Crawford. He melted Kell Brook, but he didn't have his face looking all like mortified and beat up. You know what I'm saying? Triple G and Errol Spence put a beating on the man's eyes. Mikey retired. Bro, I told you, when guys fight Errol Spence, they disappear for a year plus. Close to a year or a year. Bro, book it. Some guys, you fight them, like David Benavidez, he's one of them. Guys, they all of a sudden, they fall off and disappear. They usually have to take some time. Ugas is not back. He's in his 30s, probably early 30s, still has not come back. He fought Errol Spence in May of last year. He still is not back, bro. Hey, Skills from New Orleans said, if I fight 30 first graders, I would also remain undefeated. I'm done, bro. This man said 30 first graders. Wow. Y'all wildin'. He said if I fought 30 first graders. Wow. Bro, that Top Rank engine looked like it was cooking for Crawford. Hey, King Corleone, he wrong for that, right? Bro, that Top Rank matchmaking it was cooking for Crawford. And it's not even saying that, like, I might even pick Crawford if he seemed like more realistic with that. Like, I would consider it. If Crawford seemed more realistic with his pedigree, like the names he was fighting on Top Rank, and he was like, man, I just did what Bob could get me. Some stuff like that, I'll be like, all right, because that's fair. You know what I'm saying? You just followed orders and did whatever. But the fact that you telling me Ricky Burns is all that, nah, bro. That sounds too crazy to me. Like, bro, Ricky Burns, and the fact that you trying to hype us up into believing Ndongo was actually like a qualified, like dignified champion, bro. Come on, bro. These people, a lot of people Crawford fought, didn't do nothing before him, for real, and they didn't do nothing after him. Mayweather fought against Canelo, and then Canelo goes on and beats Triple G 2 times, whatever, beats Edeslani Lara, Angulo, etc. Knocks out America. You know what I'm saying? Like, Canelo actually went on to do something. Floyd beat Cotto, and then Cotto later gets a close fight with Canelo, very close, and he ends up beating guys like Sergio Martinez. Literally no one that Bud Crawford has fought went on to have like a signature win. Not one. Listen, name one person. Name one person that Bud ever fought that had a signature name win after Bud fought him. After they fought Bud. Ugas told me he thinks Errol puts a hurt on Bud, and he fought him as an amateur. Shout out to Sweet Science Lab. Bro, name one person that Bud fought, and then after their fight, they went on and fought a top name and got a signature win. Anybody, nobody can answer this. I'm asking for one Bud fought like 40 people almost. One person. Out of 40 people, he's like 37, 39 and 0, whatever he is. He almost 40 fights in. You can't think of one person that had a significant win that after they fought Bud. Not one. Because, like, here's an example. Jermall Charlo he was the first person to beat Sergey Deryevchenko clean. You see what I'm saying? Danny Jacobs was like, people thought it could have went either way. Triple G, I think Deryevchenko definitely won. And then Deryevchenko lost to Jermall Charlo clean. And then Jermall Charlo still showed you, even though he moved up a weight, he really beat Jaime Munguia. If there were no politics, he really beat him. So years later, after the Charlo fight, he has a very, very convincing performance versus Munguia. And if it wasn't a Golden Boy card and no politics, you know Deryevchenko should have won that fight. You see what I'm saying? Gamboa, after he fought Crawford, he lost to Tank. He quit on the stool in one of his fights on the Golden Boy card. He lost to Devin Haney, got plowed by Esau Pitbull Cruz. You know what I'm saying? He really didn't like blossom or do anything. So if you didn't do anything too significant before, then you got to kind of look at the after, and then you look at the totality of his career. Like, so you fought this guy that really didn't do that much before you, and he didn't do anything really after you. You have to kind of wonder, how good were some of these people? Does that make sense? Victor Postal, he lost all his fight. He about to lose again on Showtime this weekend against the Dominican kid. But he lost, got stopped by Gary Antoine Russell, who like 20, 22. Postal lost to Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez. Like, bro, he like literally lost all his fights. Indongo, his very next fight after Crawford, got stopped by Regis Prograis before he was a champion. Like, you see what I'm saying? So that's why people question Crawford's resume. And if he just accepted it, then it would probably, like, it would, one, make it the situation more likable, and it would make what he says outside of that, it would just make it more believable, I feel. I truly feel. So I got to rock with, like I said, with the switch hitting and all that. Like, the switch hitting's cool, but you can't, there's only a limit to probably how much you probably should do that. And to me, I feel like a fighter, if someone constantly keeps switching, I feel like there's more of an indication that that fighter is in danger, or the fight's not playing out how they want to, so they're trying to come up with something. Does that make sense? I'm talking about I'm back on the ambidextrous thing. People keep saying, oh, but he's a switch hitter. Canelo's not a switch hitter, and he just beat people up. You see what I'm saying? Like, That switch hitting is cool if you can do it. Like, no, I ain't knocking nobody that does it. But what I'm saying is, like, Canelo just beat you up one way. You don't have to switch to southpaw to beat you up. He's just beating you. Like, he knocked out Caleb Plant. He didn't have to switch to southpaw and then do that. Like, he just beat you direct. That's why I don't understand why y'all keep talking about the switch hitting. It's cool. Like, it's like, okay, put it this way. If this was a fighting game and you could customize the fighter, I would be more worried about the fighters, like, just ring IQ, chin, power, speed. Switch hitting ability would be way after all that other stuff. Does that make sense? Like, if there was boxing 2K fight night and you can build a fighter, man, I'm about to, he gonna have Tank Wilder power. He gonna have like a Hagler, Evander Holyfield chin, James Toney Mayweather defense. You know what I'm saying? Oscar De La Hoya grit. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't really be worried about Pernell Whitaker defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, my super fighter, I wouldn't just, that would be, the ambidextrous thing would be so low on the totem pole for me if I was building the prototype fighter. Truly. Because I've seen so many great fighters who can't do it, and they're legendary great fighters. Or even if they can do it, they don't do it like incessantly. I'm not buying into people saying Crawford will beat Spence because he's a switch hitter, because Bundu fought Spence, who was also a switch hitter, and Spence knocked him out not too long after. Yeah, and the thing is, like, I know people are like, oh, but Bud's not Bundu. I get it. He's not. But Bundu, see, this is where I separate myself and Ego's Army separate. I really study this sport. Bundu, I'm not saying he's the best guy in the world, but Keith Thurman hurt him in round 1 or 2 and could not finish him. And if you look at the Keith Thurman fight with Bundu, Keith Thurman's whole face was marked up bad by Bundu. Reason being, switch hitting. That switch hitting threw Crawford off. I'm so sorry. That switch hitting threw Keith Thurman off. And despite having early success in dropping Bundu, he couldn't finish the job, and his face was tattooed at the end of that fight. I remember that. So again, Bud is better than Bundu. I get it. But at the same time, that switching could potentially hurt you if you don't know how to fight that. Bundu got destroyed by Errol. And Keith, that was when he was one-time a dudes. Bundu got sat down in Errol's craziest knockout, probably. Hey, can y'all please get the likes up? Listen. Can y'all please get the likes up? Bro, Bundu was crafty. Like, people sleep on that. He was crafty, though. He was crafty. And that all that crafty stuff was out the window. But see, that's what I'm saying. I would just go off of basic fundamentals. I'll go off basic fundamentals. Like, I mean, you don't have to switch if you just whooping ASS one way. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think that's something in your toolkit that you can really abuse. Like another fight, see, I'm just flexing this little boxing knowledge. Triple G versus Danny Jacobs. That's another fight that I covered live for you guys on the channel. Danny Jacobs got cute and he was switching, and then that's when Triple G caught him. If you go watch that, the only knockdown in that fight, it was when he got caught in transition. Please, don't take my word for it, people. People are like, oh, you don't know, you don't. All right, bet. If you watch the Triple G fight versus Jacobs, they only have one. He got knocked down because he tried to switch. And Triple G is not even a fast. That's what I'm saying. Fundamentals. Fundamentals, people. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. Bro, fundamentals, people. Here's the crazy part about it. Triple G not even fast, but he's fundamental. Triple G is like, he has like an old, like, you know what I mean? Like the Eastern European style, crispy jab. Floyd told you that. Triple G, no special effects. He don't have no special effects, just like Errol Spence, but he got power, like Errol Spence got power. And he got a jab, like Errol Spence got a jab. And he break people orbital, like Errol Spence break people orbital. And hold on. Yup. I just pulled it up. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hey, get my likes up and I'll show y'all. Hey, get the likes up. I told you I know my stuff. Y'all, I know y'all want to be like me. Everybody want to be like Mike. Bro, I'm telling you. Hey, get the likes. The likes. Hold on, where are we at with the likes? Get the likes to 450. Let's try to get to 450. Let's try to get the likes to 450. And I'll show y'all. Just make a strong push. See, that's what happens when you try to get cute. You try to get cute against fundamentals. Listen, let's try to get the likes to 450 and I'll show you this Triple G work. See, that's what I'm saying. Like people get mad at what I'm saying. It's an opinion, but I at least tell you. I tell you why my opinion is as such. All right. So look at Triple G. It was in round 4, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Errol did to Bundu what Wilder did to Stavern in the rematch. Facts. So if you guys want to check and do your homework yourself, because I can't play it for copyright reasons, round 4, go to about 2 minutes, 45 seconds, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Danny Jacobs against the ropes, right? That's step 1. Switching his stance, step 2. You see, 1 second elapsed. And look at Triple G. His distance, Jacobs tried to measure the distance with his arm because he probably had longer arms than Triple G. But Triple G, not even being a fast fighter, was not falling for it, and released this big right hand, and that's one of his money punches, right? While he's trapped on the ropes, in transition, and then that culminated into this. A knockdown for Triple G because Jacobs tried to get cute and made one false move against somebody with, say it with me, fundamentals. And that guy with the jab and fundamentals and power sat him down. True story. Wrote a song about it. Look, there's Jacobs. And then look at, the crazy thing is it started at 2:30. This is 2:26. He on the ground. So in 3-4 seconds, he got clipped. That's boxing for you, people. So start this whole onslaught from Triple G based on fundamentals. Round 4, you guys see it. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. By 2 minutes and 26 seconds, he on the ground. That's 3 or 4 seconds, bro. Because I'm not going to get it down to the exact time. It's about 3-4 seconds. So based on Triple G, had no guys, had Max's punches, big dramas. Based on Triple G having very basic fundamentals, jab, power, trying to cut off the ring, presence. Listen, I forgot who it was. I think it was Peter Quillen. Shout out to my boy Kid Chocolate. Kid Chocolate said when he sparred Triple G, one thing he noticed about, I got to get back in the field, bro. I'm what boxing needs, bro. I'm what boxing needs, you feel me? Head knock guys, this Max. Triple G, Peter Quillen told me, Kid Chocolate told me, when he sparred Triple G, one thing about him was his presence. And basically, Peter Quillen would say in interviews and stuff, Triple G had a presence, like he's like on top of you. Like there's like, he's like Michael Myers kind of thing, like where you're trying to like, you're running away and looking back, and then Michael Myers is still gaining on you. You see what I'm saying? And I think Triple G in his prime kind of had a bit of that, where he just had this like presence is like suffocating. You know what I mean? Errol Spence is kind of like if I never really thought about it, but Errol Spence is kind of like a welterweight Triple G with a better defense though. And I think he's faster and more athletic, and he's a southpaw. Bro, if you put Triple G in a nigga body and improved his defense and made him a southpaw and gave him an accent, like if you take the head knock guys and turn that to yes, definitely. There's kind of some similarities. Am I wilding? Listen, if you gave Triple G more speed, gave him a Dallas accent, put him in a southpaw stance, and made him faster and better defensively, and he had a drop shag, there's some similarities there. Because Triple G don't look like nothing crazy. Yeah, I would say Triple G more flat-footed. But so basically give Errol athleticism and speed. That's probably the best way to put it. Give him athleticism, speed, a Dallas drop shag, an accent, make him a bit faster, because Triple G's not that fast to me, and give him a southpaw stance. That's kind of like how Errol break you down too. Like, because Kell Brook couldn't get out the way of the shots versus Triple G and Errol Spence. So that's why it was dumb to take those fights back to back. You and Eddie Hearn tripping. You fighting too much of the same like type of monsters. You just fought a welterweight version of it that's just better defensively and better. I think Errol's better than Triple G, but a lot of the fundamentals are there. I guess that's what I'm saying. So it's not a 100%, but you can see some. Like when Triple G does stuff, it don't look crazy, but I know that hurt. I know the way he's turning his punches hurt. It don't look crazy fast, but he hurt Canelo, who's faster. He hurt all these other dudes, 21 knockouts. So, you know what I mean? Bro, Ugas, the same thing. The way Triple G smother you, Errol Spence was all over Ugas. Oh, the other thing Errol has over Triple G, he's a way better body puncher to me. I think Triple G used to be a little bit better to the body, but he kind of like fell off. Like in his later fights, I don't feel like he was going to the body as much. Errol, to me, is a better body. He does way better body work to me in his fights. Triple G's still a bit more of a headhunter. So I think Errol's better for sure. But I'm just talking about like the fundamentals. Bro, I would rather, like I said, I would rather go to a hood spot and eat. I'm just telling you like this. When we're talking about basic, I'd rather go to a taqueria in a hood, like in Frisco, in Oakland, than go to a nice 5-star fancy restaurant and it's like, oh yeah, this is partially snips and lemon tutti, and then the food is garbage and it's like some stuff like that you really don't want to eat. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I'd rather just go to a basic pizza spot that's delicious, a basic taqueria, Mexican spot that's delicious, as opposed to something that's like overly fancy and overly priced. You get what I'm saying? He said strip club wings. Shout out to Joshua. Facts. Yeah, give me some strip club wings. You know what I mean? Just like something that's just direct and to the point. And that's how certain people's style is. It's not going to be all this flair and flash. Like I've been to restaurants like that. I think that's an amazing example that I just gave you guys. Amazing. I'm the king of analogies. I've been to restaurants that are super nice. You could take pretty pictures for Instagram and the food looks like presentable and it looks good on camera type of thing. But the food was like bland. It wasn't seasoned. It wasn't that great. It was just like a overpriced, nice place. The food is plated nice, but it's not all that. I'd rather have my Mexican food in the hood, go to LA, East LA, you know what I mean? And go to San Diego, go to San Francisco, and although the food's in a styrofoam thing and it looks slushed around a little bit more, it's just delicious. You see what I'm saying? T. Wells, hey man, start that cab. I got EJ 911 stoppage for the bet. Salute Ego. Denver is in the house. Shout out to Denver. And he said salute to Kamal Oz. Man, Kamal Oz been cooking y'all. Bro, I promise you I would rather go to, I don't need something that's like dolled up and fancy that don't taste that great. Give me the sloppy food. I gotta eat some sloppy joes. Let's just make it all the way sloppy, you feel me? So all y'all keep talking about like switch hitting and stuff. I'm gonna take the discipline, stick to the basics, fundamental. Like, okay, because here's the thing, people. Let me get some water, and I'm gonna tell you here's the thing. When I look at switch hitting, and this is no offense, because I know some people that switch hit. I know fighters that switch hit. But for me, what I look at, switch hitting is almost like a gimmick. It's almost like a gimmick. The reason I'm saying it, like, have you ever got like a TV? And I'm trying to give you guys the best examples I can. Have you ever gotten something like a TV and then they tell you about some feature that the TV has? It's like, oh, it's this brand new Samsung smart TV and you can have phone calls on the TV right then and there and talk on the phone. And in them saying that, like the Best Buy worker or whatever, it sounds good. You're like, oh, you know, your granny call, your girl call, you could just talk to her through a TV speaker or something. And it sounds good until you try to put it into practice. So then you look at, I know we've all bought something where they have a feature that's advertised and it's more gimmicky. T. Wells says, if ever in Denver, hit the creamery on the east. Oh, you speak my language. I'll definitely slide there. He said, LOL, the commercial be having the image all coming through the screen. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We've all bought products where something was advertised and then you think it sounds good, but then in practice it's really like overrated or a feature you didn't like. Like for me, like, when I first got my whip, this was like a long time ago. When I first got a whip that had Bluetooth in it, I thought, this is dope. I turned that off. I hate Bluetooth me personally. I hate the Bluetooth in the whip because I'll be watching YouTube videos and it'll automatically switch over to the Bluetooth in the car, or like certain people will call or text and it ring through I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like when the Bluetooth switch over just because I'm in proximity with the whip and then it like automatically play everything through I don't like that. But again, it sounds like a feature I would like until I put it in practice. So the reason I'm giving you all these examples is I would take the fundamentally sound, naturally bigger guy who has a great coach, Errol Spence, and is going to stick to a game plan, the natural bigger person, the natural southpaw. Not like, I'm not saying Crawford's a gimmick, but the ability to switch in and out, he's a better southpaw. So it's really a southpaw versus southpaw battle. If Crawford cannot do his best work in the southpaw position, I think he gets cooked. I don't think he can fight Errol 12 rounds as a right-hander and come out there with both eyes. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to have to get off. But again, for me, Errol Spence, he's Errol Spence like a car that like sounds good versus a Japanese car that just is good. Like, you know, a Honda Nissan, however y'all say it. It's just reliable. This Toyota is just reliable. Like, Terrence Crawford, a gas guzzler. Oh my God, bro. I just thought of the prime example. Terrence Crawford is a gas guzzler. That's it. That's how we step it. Hey, y'all know what I came to do? I'm stepping. I had to say, like, Errol, I'm stepping. Listen, that's the perfect example. Terrence Crawford is this big, souped up, macho, got to step in it to get in the truck, big truck, but he a gas guzzler. Errol Spence is the reliable car that you would take when you're commuting to San Francisco because it's great on gas and it's efficient. Crawford, the gas guzzler. You put $80 of gas, gone by tomorrow. Errol Spence, you give him $80 worth of gas, the gas go have the gas for like 2 weeks. And get you from point A to B. It don't look crazy, you know what I'm saying? The truck might look better. Hey, Prince Savage, while he said Crawford, a car you got off Craigslist. I'm done, bro. Yeah, you got a CarMax. CarMax Crawford. He said pick a side. Okay, I'm picking Errol. He said pick a side. I'm picking Errol. CarMax Crawford. CarMax Crawford. I can't even say it. Terrence CarMax Crawford. Like the souped up. My thing is this. The souped up version of a car, if it's not reliable, then what? Versus, like I said, a Nissan, a Toyota, a Honda, it may not look as impressive, or like, let's say a Tesla or whatever. The Tesla might not look as good as the sports car or whatever. But guess what? The Tesla is efficient. And that's kind of how I'm looking at this fight. So my thing is this. If whatever Crawford tries and his adjustments work, he can definitely win. He could definitely win. But on the flip side, if you have a situation where you're getting messed up and your eyes going away in the southpaw position, what are you going to do? Just keep switching and switch to right? And somebody said this to me, and I think they were being funny, but it kind of made me think. What they said was, how is Crawford going to switch and keep switching if his eyes and ribs are broke? And I think they were partly being facetious, but that's a good point. Listen, that's actually a good point. That's why I say it's more gimmicky. His resume is a gimmick, like how Top Rank moved him and all that, all knockouts and all that. I think that's a gimmick. I think if you had moved to PBC when fans wanted you to move to PBC, at best you'd still be undefeated, but you wouldn't have all knockouts. I believe that for a fact. Danny Garcia got a chin. There's no guarantee you're going to knock him out. No one's done it. Keith Thurman hurt Danny Garcia in like the first 2 rounds when he was fresh. Danny ate that. Matisse hit Danny with huge shots. Zab Judah hurt him and cut him. And Lamont Peterson was working Danny Garcia when he was tired from trying to chase him. Danny ain't go nowhere. Jose Benavidez at 54. Ivan Redcash, who stopped Tevin Farmer. Danny got a chin. So even if you whoop Danny, you're not necessarily stopping him. So I believe if Crawford went to PBC when people wanted to, he would possibly not be undefeated, but definitely you wouldn't have all knockouts. Like if Crawford fought Jaron Ennis on PBC on Showtime, he got all knockouts. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not trying to violate, but that's what I'm saying, like gimmick. Errol is a reliable Honda, Nissan, or whatever, Tesla. He going to get you to where you need to be. That's it. It may not look as flashy as the other car, but he'll get you from point to B. But just like that person said, and I think that's actually a good point, he said, how Crawford going to keep switching like everyone's talking about if his eyes and ribs are broke? Like, meaning, like, if he was facing that type of adversity, all that switch stuff is kind of out the window. If your eye's going away, are you going to switch to a position that hurts your vision? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, okay, Errol Spence is a southpaw. Hey, y'all got to get the likes. I don't know what's up with the likes. Hey, I need y'all to get the likes up. Hey, I need y'all to get the likes up. I've been going for a minute. Bro, I need y'all to get the likes up. I don't know what's good. We still didn't hit the 450. I should end this right now. But I got something to say. Y'all lucky. Man, get the 450. Anyway, I'm gonna say this. Errol Spence closed Kell Brook's eye, bashed his left eye up. Left eye like TLC, right? Please smash the like button. Oh, if you're watching from Facebook, you have to click. Listen, you have to click into the YouTube to actually hit the like button. See, that's what the problem is. The people from Facebook that are watching this, you have to actually make sure you're hitting the like. Hitting the hearts is not, that don't do nothing. Hit the like button to the video. The like button. Listen, if you're watching from Facebook, hit the like button, not no emojis and all that other stuff. Y'all tripping with them emojis. Hit the like button on YouTube, on the actual YouTube player. Hit the like button. Yeah, see, now. See, y'all tripping. Y'all pressing emojis and stuff, making cartoons. Hit the like button. Okay, last thing I'll say to my point. Kell Brook eye disintegrated when he fought Triple G. It was his right eye. It disintegrated when Errol Spence bashed up his left eye like TLC. Rest in peace. Lisa Lopes, right? So my thing is this. People keep saying all this like switcheroo and switch and like fast and speed. Errol bashes everybody's eye up. Everybody that's fought Errol, you could tell they were in a fight. Everybody. Either they were knocked out or their eyes and face was cracking up and all that. So if you think about it, what does Crawford do and how, that's why I'm saying fundamentals I would prioritize over something that's additional or gimmicky like switch hitting, ambidextrous, right? Is if Errol destroys your left eye, what are you going to do? You're going to switch to southpaw when you can't see out your left eye? Do you understand what I'm saying? Porter's eyes were just fine, but he got dropped and he got beat. And arguably wasn't the same after that fight. So there's that. He did not look great versus Sebastian Formella. So that might have been his last like war. But anyway, you know it all, whatever. Anyway, so somebody said that, and if you think about it, that's kind of a true point. What does Crawford do? I think Crawford might be a front runner. If he stays like paced with you, if he's like a little bit behind you or in front of you, he's good. Like Jose Benavidez, Sean Porter, where he's like, he wasn't getting like so dog walk where the fight was. If Crawford is in a position where he loses the first 6 rounds, like a Lomachenko, then it's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get, or if he gets into like the 6th, 7th round, he ain't really done nothing, like, and his face is like breaking up and wearing the marks, and he's turning into a mask. You know, Errol Spence like to turn dudes to a mask, bro. It's gonna be ugly because again, all that switcheroo stuff. What if somebody blasts you? Just listen to what I'm saying. What if somebody shuts your eye? Why would you switch stances if your visibilities is like if you have one eye, your visibility is going to be more impactful from one side depending on what eye is swollen shut. So you can, in essence, get your face broken up, swelling, a cut, swollen eye, these types of things, to the point where it's going to impact your vision or visibility, to the point where now you have to be a one-sided fighter, meaning like a one style, one stanced fighter. Am I making sense? Oh my gosh. Does that make sense to you? I'm trying to explain what these thoughts that are flowing through my brain. If someone destroys your eye and you can't see out of it, all that ambidextrous stuff is kind of out the window, because I don't see why someone would be attempting, they can't see out this eye, but they're going to attempt out to fight whatever style, southpaw, and they can't see out their left eye. Or if they like getting busted up as an orthodox fighter and then they can't see out one of their eyes and they're like, oh, I'm going to stay as an orthodox fighter. You're not going to stay. So in essence, you can get the fight beat out of you to the point where, like, if you have the duality of I could be an orthodox fighter or a southpaw, you're going to be reduced to having to pick a stance primarily if your face starts to show the markings and like if your eye goes away. Kell Brook had a mouse under Bud's eye, people, in like 2 rounds. In 2 rounds. And I think Kell Brook was washed. Nobody's saying Errol Spence is washed. Kell Brook hadn't made the weight in 3 years, not fired, but wasn't working with his longtime promoter and trainer. And he had a mouse under Bud's eye. So what does Bud do if it's like that, but times 5, because of Errol Spence, he's just more in prime. He's a champion, don't want to lose, and stuff like that. I really feel like you're going to be reduced to not be able to do all these switches. So I feel like a person with the aggressive style of a Triple G or presence of a Triple G or an Errol Spence could really limit all that switching stuff with basic fundamentals and power and presence. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like not even really get like Errol and Triple G type of people. It's like not give someone enough space and time and distance. Like if they're crowding how are you going to keep switching? Like you guys tell me, Prince Savage, a boxer, you tell me if somebody is on top of you and all this type of stuff and you have no distance and they're cutting off the ring, how do you keep switching? That I'm just curious. Tell me another perspective. So, can anybody tell me how you switch and you don't even have the spacing to switch because someone's staying on top of you with a jab and cutting off the ring? How do you switch if your face is beat up and your eye is swollen shut? Now you're limited to pick a stance because, again, no one's they can't see out of one eye, but then they're going to switch to the stance that gives them a blind spot. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to 4 a.m. That's my guy. So, yeah, I mean, I just think a lot has to go right for Crawford. You know, maybe he can produce something, but I've really been thinking about this fight a lot. I got to pick the basics and the fundamentals and the naturally bigger guy, the more durable guy. Again, when I look at if this was a game where you build a fighter, you would build a fighter like Errol Spence. Mentally tough. I mean, he got ejected from a car. Something to fight for. He got family. He got 3 titles. He's undefeated. So he kind of ticks off all the boxes. Better defense. I think Errol, surprisingly, Errol got the better defense. I don't know what y'all watch, but people say Crawford likes to fight. I think that will be his demise here. I truly think that's his demise here, bro. He likes to fight too much. And I've always thought that about Crawford. But against, top-ranked matchmaking, it was always successful. But he's never been in with the person that, I promise, I'm about to cook y'all, bro. I'm really starting to really, analyze Crawford's resume. Not the sparring stories and what people tell you, but just analyze what you've seen. You know what I'm saying? I'm going off what I've seen. I wasn't there for the sparring. I don't know what you did or who did this and I'm going off of what I've seen. Here's the question for you. Please answer honestly and responsibly. The Amir Khan 2 fights removed from Canelo destroying him, it took Crawford, like, Amir Khan was still standing in round 6, something like that, right? He was still standing. If that same version of Amir Khan never fought Crawford and fought Jaron Ennis, would Amir Khan be standing by round 6? Answer that truthfully. If you're just joining me, the same Amir Khan, 2 fights removed from Canelo destroying him, if he fought Jaron Boots Ennis, the guy you see now, like the one that fought Villa, in a mythical matchup, would Amir Khan be standing up and able to exit the fight how he did versus Crawford by round 6? True question. No. Bro, Jaron Ennis would, like, there's no 6 rounds. There's no slow start with Jaron Ennis. He would not be, bro, he would not be upright. Come on, bro. He would not, I promise you, Amir Khan would not be upright. Fight Hype got a brand new interview with Virgil Hunter, and he literally said that Khan was, like, not the same after Canelo knockout. Jaron Ennis is too beasty. He hit too hard, too aggressive. He wouldn't respect Amir Khan. I firmly believe that. Why was Amir Khan even up when by round 6, like not up on the scorecards, standing up in round 6? Like, honestly. Ask yourself these questions, people. The version of Amir Khan that showed up that at that point where he was in his career, why was he even standing in round 6? If he fought Virgil Ortiz, I think he would be knocked out. He hits too hard. Virgil Ortiz hit way too hard for Amir Khan. That would be like, these would be Jaron Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, all them, any of them type of dudes. He's not standing by round 6, and I don't think it would even be the type of fight. It just wouldn't look like there's no, like, he would just be out of there, bro. I truly believe that. Virgil Ortiz would beat the out of Amir Khan. That would literally be like, him and Jaron Ennis would be terrible for Amir Khan at that space. Virgil Ortiz hit too hard, too aggressive, and he's pretty durable, at least against, I would imagine, like Khan's power. Crawford fought him and he was still up and quit because he said he got hit low. Like, bro, it would, I promise you, if Jaron Ennis fought him or Ortiz or Errol, he's not even going to be up. Mean Machine was like, dropped Crawford, and Mean Machine got knocked out in the 9th round. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you really put stuff in perspective with Crawford and the matchmaking, like, bro, you fought guys who were considered kind of mid, really kind of mid, or faded champions and stuff like that, and you're still taking 6 rounds to get him out of there. A guy with no chin like Amir Khan. Danny Garcia didn't even take 6 rounds with Amir Khan. At 40, he got him out there he was almost out of there in the 3rd round, but I think it went one more round. Kenny Bayless stopped it in the 4th. So, do you see what I'm saying? Like, bro, Thomas Delorme got knocked out in the 6th round, if I'm not mistaken. So that's what I'm saying. I'm really starting to question some things with the resume, bro. I truly am, because people are saying, like, I'm not saying Crawford has no power. He definitely has power, but he knocked out Gamboa in the 9th round. He didn't knock out Ray Beltran. He didn't knock out Victor Postal, right? They all went 12 with him. It took 8 rounds to knock out John Molina. Felix Diaz was like a RTD stoppage because he was like styling on him, and that was like in the 10th round, right? Jose Benavidez got knocked out in the 12th and final round. 9 rounds for Jeff Horn. You see what I'm saying? Like, who has Crawford even knocked out Like, okay, here's why I'm saying, because I know people are going to be like, oh, but who is Errol knocked out? Hear me out. Who has Crawford not, like, the reason I'm saying this is because I already feel you fought limited guys, resume-wise, and it's still taking you to the second half of the fight to knock out majority of those guys. Does that make sense? Ego, I know you peeped the energy change from Crawford and his team. They were disrespectful as AF before the fight got signed. Now Bud and Bomac are all polite. I definitely seen that. Bro, I'm really starting to question this top-ranked matchmaking, y'all, because Edgar Berlanga literally had like 16 knockouts in a row. He steps up just a little bit in competition, just a little bit, against Damon Nicholson. Don't knock him out. Then he fought on the Wilder Fury undercard, gets dropped. Then Top Rank drops him. And then he just went 12 rounds with Jason Quigley. How did you just knock out 16 people in first round and Top Rank was saying you were the Puerto Rican Mike Tyson and all that? And then even the same thing happened with Jared Anderson. Tyson Fury stamped him and said Jared Anderson's the best next heavyweight, American heavyweight. You took a late replacement, credit to that. You fought Charles Martin, a former champion, and it was a tight fight. You know, like Jared Anderson got hurt. But the way Jared Anderson had looked prior to fighting like a kind of a name-known person, he was looking spectacular. Andrade KO, shout out to Kamal. Andrade KO'd Quigley in 2 rounds and dropped him in the first round. Edgar Berlanga, bigger, and then, yeah, I mean, and went 12 rounds with him. Or like, look at another top-ranked fighter, Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez. Them up like 43-0 or something. He was whooping, like, you know, winning versus Jesse Hartz and a faded Arthur Abram. He got his butt in there with Bivol, and what happened? And Bivol's another person that's basic. Like, I don't know why. Bivol basic. But that basic will beat your ass. Man, stop playing with me, bro. Bro, Bivol, he don't do no special effect. He just basic, stick to the game plan, jump in with some footwork, 1-2 your butt, use his range and distance. Man, come on, bro. I don't know. It's looking suspect. But the back to the Crawford thing. Who has Crawford, like, again, I'm not talking, like, I'm not dumb. I didn't get it this far in boxing by being dumb and not assessing fights. I don't care about the knockout per se. I'm not saying you have to knock out everyone. That's common sense. But what I am saying is if you already had a very limited resume, that's what people are saying. They're saying Crawford has a limited resume and you're still not knocking people out like fast. Does that make sense? Versus you have a guy who's 10 years younger, literally 10 years younger, in Boots Ennis. He knocked out Roman Villa in 10 rounds, and this dude is tough as hell. Like, Roman Villa is like on some Terminator stuff. So that was some work. I can understand why it took so long to knock him out, because some guys are like that. And he still got that, and he looks sensational in doing it. But before that, he was knocking dudes out in the first couple rounds. The only person he didn't is the Karen dude. And that guy didn't want to fight. He was just like running and stuff. Castillo Clayton got knocked out in 2. Thomas Delorme in 1. Lipinets got knocked out in 6. Chris Van Herding got cut. He was out in 1. You see what I'm saying? Abreu, who they fought and missed weight. Abreu got knocked out in 6. Jaron Ennis is destroying people in the first half of the fight if you're not supposed to be in there with them. Crawford fought Jose Benavidez off bullet wounds and 2 tune-ups that didn't really like prepare him for a Crawford, and he goes 12 rounds with Bud. That's not weird, bro? Bro, that's not weird that Jose Benavidez gave Crawford some work in a tough fight, and it took 12 rounds to get Benavidez out of there. And after about the 5th, 6th round, his leg was kind of shot. And then you got big ass Errol Spence, who got a nutritionist. He's natural at the weight and basic fundamentals, and he's a faster starter. And people's face tend to break away when Errol Spence piles up on the thing. So that's what I'm saying. If you really look, I'm not gonna say it's a mismatch because that's disrespectful, I guess, and a little bit extreme. But the more I keep thinking about the fight, the less I would favor Terrence Crawford, because I think he just has to come up like, I'm not gonna say a home run shot, but he just has to just look. Everything has to be on point. That's it. Everything has to be on point. Everything. Because if it's taking 12 rounds with a one-legged Benavidez, you're going to have to put that work in for Errol Spence because he got different stuff coming at you, and he got both of his legs and arms and all that working. Jeff Horn, he another person. He not that good, bro. Jeff Horn not that good. That's like 9 rounds. It took like 9 rounds. But okay, it's his first fight at welterweight. Fine. Amir Khan, why was he standing up? Why was he standing up by round 6 when he had inactivity and Canelo had pulverized him? Come on. I don't know, bro. I don't know. So even if you did pick Bud, if you pick Bud in the first half of the fight by knockout, I would be way more shocked if Bud pulled out a knockout in the first 4 rounds, 5 rounds. You know what I mean? Because that's not historically, I'm not even being funny. Historically, he hasn't really knocked anyone out in that time, like in 4 rounds. He knocked out even Hank Lundy, bro. Hank Lundy got knocked out in the 5th round. 5th round. And he looked way bigger than Lundy, too. You're not way bigger than Errol Spence. Dang, Derek James Cole, he said Crawford was built, Errol was developed. Love it. That's amazing. I didn't hear him say that. That's crazy, though. He said Porter still had a chance to win before the towel. That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying, bro. These top ranked fights be having mercy stoppages. I don't know, bro. I'm starting to question everything. I could be real wrong or I could be real right, but I'm really starting to question everything. Bro, top rank got the mercy stoppage. Like, the Shakur Yoshino dude, he was getting beat up. I get it. He was beat up. I don't even know who that dude was for starters. But the Yoshino dude, he might have been able to make it to 12 rounds. I don't know why the referee really stopped it at that moment. You see what I'm saying? That was kind of like a mercy stoppage. Like, we don't want to watch 4 more rounds of this or whatever. So they just stopped it. But it wasn't like, I've seen guys ready to go, bro. He looked like he might have just been like tough enough to, like, a lot of these Japanese fighters are tough and stuff. It looked like he probably would have been cool. I mean, I can't say it in all certainty because it didn't happen that way, but he didn't look like, you know what I'm saying? And it never benefits the non-top ranked fighter. Like when Charles Martin had Jared Anderson hurt, they didn't just hurry up and stop it. You know what I'm saying? They allowed Jared Anderson to recuperate and finish the fight, as you should. Bud got kind of a mercy stoppage. I don't know, bro. That Amir Khan fake, that he just gave up, basically. Bud tried to intimidate Derek, it didn't work for him. Yeah, I don't know, man, because like when I think of all this stuff, it got my brain spinning. Well, we're gonna find out July 29th. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be back with some more heat. Peace.